Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o. Àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koikimedia. 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 Bringing emotions to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for hand. Until they move closer before them to sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. Until they move closer before them to sabi. Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìhun ló ló lajú. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kó dúdú àga. Òdúdú àkọ́bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí, àwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé àṣẹ adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ọmọ Odùduwà ni wá. Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé kú bá yín jẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú à ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń kásá lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú news and sports. Ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògo, ìwà pẹ̀lú ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀bí ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi o. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. Àgbàdùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀bí. Ṣé ìlú ọmọ fìdí bọ̀ tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o? Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ sájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o. Owó nàdẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia sáwà ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńsọ àtúnbìrì gidi. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, kọ́kọ́. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you on to my doorstep. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó fẹ́ òótọ́ kan yọ̀gọ̀ lára ni. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Akérègbèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà ni wá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Òdúdúwà lágbèdá ni òtítọ́ lágbèdá ni. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àti sọ̀dálẹ̀, àti sódì kìtà. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àgùntàn, àgùnpẹ̀rẹ̀ kéde. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia is around. To give us the test. Is around o. To give us the test. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone listen. Ẹgbẹ́ tí èkó ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone listen. Ẹgbẹ́ tí èkó ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Koikimedia is around. To give us the test.
Moki Bobo, I say good evening and welcome to a very, very interesting and special program tonight. 31st of the month of December, and we have already kickstart the 2024 from Koikimedia. Live tonight, we are launching our £50,000 Koikimedia support project so that we can become much powerful as we go into the 2024. The Gofundme is already live. The link will be up in the next few minutes in all the platforms across the globe. I am Olayomi Koiki, and I have decided that 2024 will be the game changer for the Koikimedia brand. We are launching a £50,000 equivalent to whatever exchange rate that you want to put it. It is small when it comes to media, but it will take a lot of work when we receive such money so that we can be able to push the message through humanity, through the platform that have stood not just for the Yoruba nation, but for humanity, the global platform, Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ní alẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, lágbára ti àwọn tó láyé tó lọ́run, ní torúkọ ti Jésù Kristi, ní ti tànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Koikimedia, ó ti dé pé 2024 ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ tiwa. We are launching a £50,000 support for Koikimedia so that 2024 ẹ máa rí yàtọ̀ when it comes to the digital news tó máa jáde in 2024. A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò ni. Ẹ jókòó, ẹ fìdílé nǹkan, ẹ wọ́ mi tútù nítorí pé lálẹ́ yìí, I can tell you that the first person that have put money in there is nothing more than the beautiful mother of mine. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. The moment I sent the link to her, wọ́n ní yes, this is what we've been waiting for. She has done her contribution. How about you? Can we get 50,000 people around the world? It does not matter whether you're Yoruba, a non-Yoruba. This platform is an international platform, fully registered in the United Kingdom and ready to serve, just as it has done in the last 3 years. Without a single advert, it has been the help of many of you across the board. Ẹ̀yin gangan ni igi tó ń bẹ lẹ́yìn Koikimedia. Can we now make sure that we can push it so that 2024 will be something different? Ní alẹ́ yìí, gbogbo ohun tá a máa sọ lórí the launching of the Koikimedia support project. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, Ọláyọmí Koiki lèmi jẹ́, tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Koikimedia. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ máa lọ báyìí, a ṣì ń padà bọ̀.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ èdè àdúgbò lọ́wọ́ àti ọmọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àpò ẹ̀bá ń pọ́n wọn Adéyẹmọ. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho, orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá, orúkọ tó ń dẹ̀rù kó lórúkọ gan-an. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o, torí pé kòrà àpòlẹ̀ ìfojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà. Wúrà tó máa dán àlànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n ẹ̀rín ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà, ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣí wà lọ́nà mọ́, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àti mọ̀ṣọ́gbọ́n ká lè débi rẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho òde òòṣà. Ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nínú alábàdòde, ọmọ alápàdé wọnú omi. Ọmọ èrè wodò sọ̀yà, ìsọ̀yà òrìràn bàbá yín lẹ́yìn bí, omi kò sí lọ ká sí yín lẹ́nu. Ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òfin fòrò, ìkan ṣe yín dábọ̀ ìdàbọ̀, ìkan ní máa rọra máa rọra. Ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́, kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òkúta sára. Ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀, wọ́n ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa bó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́, ẹ̀sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho, á fi kan pọ̀pọ̀ sí. Àmúkan yòókù bọ̀ sọ̀yà, àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọgbọ́n, á fi ṣẹ̀rù wálé. Wàrà mùjì, ọmọ onílé ọ̀la, àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège, tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu, wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀. Ìgbà oníbomi nǹkan, gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kò sí mu, wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀. Ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé, ọkọ̀ ṣe, ọkọ̀ pè, ọkọ̀ tó kù ní gbogbo ayé lọ́jọ́ kiri. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírẹ̀lẹ̀ láéláé, torí àbá lásán ní bàndá, òkúta ò ṣe pé fún wọn o. Ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀, ó bọ́ sí gbogbo dòdò láyé ń bí. Ó kún díẹ̀ tí kò domi láéláé, tó ilé domi. Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí, tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilẹ̀ tó pọ̀.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó lọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. ọmọ ọlọ́run kan lápapọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tiwa ní ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ sílé kókó. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tó ń dáhùn láyà ìwà orúkọ tó ń dáhùn ọ̀gbọ̀n orúkọ orúkọ náà. Ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ni máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣe wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àti mọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè dé ire ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù tí Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ ilé ìwòdò sọ̀yà ìsọ̀yà ọ̀rẹ́ náà bàbá yín láàrin ìbí omi kò sí náà ń ká sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sọ̀rọ̀ ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ni kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa bó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho àfikọ́ pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkọ yòókù bọ̀ sọ̀yà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọgbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé bàràmùjì ọmọ nílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn oníbomi tó sí mu wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà ojú kò fi ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé lọ́jọ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho rírẹ̀lẹ̀ láéláé torí àgbà lásán lè bá ń dá òkúta ṣe pé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ sì kúkọ́ dòdò láyé ń bí okùn díẹ̀ bí tó domi láéláé tó ilé domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilẹ̀ tó kọ́. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé a tún kàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa ètò tí ó máa lárinrin bàbá wa Waris Jinadu tẹ bá lọ jù sínú Gofundme yẹn á lè wà lójú kan but níbi tẹ jù sí náà it is very good. There's a link for the Gofundme. The link will be up and running in all the platforms as we continue the campaign for the Yoruba nation. As I always say, you have the media that is going to be very, very hardworking in 2024 to make sure that the humanity is saved from the crisis that we are already found ourselves. Koikimedia is not just fighting for Yoruba nation, which is one of the main calls that we have decided in 3 years, but it is also going to be the most platform that will work back to back as we move into 2024. I'll be sharing the link, Eshe Suru. Let me put the link out so that you can do your own. I've seen many people, but like I said, let me appreciate my mom for the support. Let me appreciate my wife, my children, and all the lovers of freedom, from the Biafra to the Arewa, to the Yorubas, to Professor Adebanji Akitoye, to Igbowosha, to many of you that have stood with us, that have said that Koiki, we know that you can do it, but 2024, I want to get everybody up there. But we need that platform to be able to be ready to push the message from every part of Nigeria. The 36 states, they will hear the breakup of Nigeria from this platform. They will understand that Nigeria is not going to hold. I will not say more than that, but it is just the beginning. I have started my own 2024 from tonight. I am not waiting for any crossover. 2024 is already here. And like I said, this is the platform that will be the game changer in 2024. Inshallah. And like I said, it is just the beginning. Thank you so much, Waris Jinadu. I've seen your super chat, and I know you wanted to send it into the GoFundMe. But when that money gets to me, I will send it back to GoFundMe, and I'll reference it with your name. But for now, we want to make sure that all the money is there. It will be there for as much as when we know that we've got enough that we can then start pulling it out. Because I don't want it in small, small bits. I want to make sure that it is there, visibly there for me to be able to use to transform the Koikimedia to the next, I'm not going to say to the next level, to the innovative of the digital media that will work very hard, will challenge all the mainstream media in Nigeria and across the world. But without your support, we might not be able to do so. So let's start the program as we normally would do, but the purpose of me putting this out, so that nobody say, Oh, we have seen a GoFundMe. Koyewa. This is a GoFundMe for Koikimedia. Koikimedia, a fully registered media organization right here in Nigeria and ready to expand to the global world so that we can push the message into the American community, into Cuba, into Brazil, into Canada. But we need the funding to be able to do those establishments. We are ready to move in 2024. Shefe move Belua. If you're going to move with us, maybe 50,000 of you with $1 each might be able to give us the result. In how many months? I don't know how long it's going to take to get the target, but I believe that it can be done. It has been done before. I don't think mine will be different. But let's start with this, with the national anthem of the Yoruba Nation campaigners. It is also the Yoruba Nation anthem that has been used in states like Ondo State, in Lagos State. When people say, do we have the Yoruba Nation as a country yet? We don't have it as a country yet, but I know that with the help of Eledumare, with the help of Almighty God, with the help of Jesus or Anobi, but with the help of those that are dedicated and have sacrificed their life on this project of Yoruba Nation campaign, Koikimedia is one of them. And I am ready to push all the boundaries so that 2024, people will come back by the end of this year, 2024, and say that there has been more changes to the movement. 3 years was just not enough. Let's add more and more year to it, and let's get some results. This is Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Very, very important that you keep the link. You can donate as many times as you want. Remember, if you refuse to even donate, it doesn't matter. And even if you donate, the good thing about GoFundMe is you can pull out your money. That way you know that you're satisfied. But I'm sure that those that believe in us and have believed in me for the last 3 years can testify that what I'm about to show you in 2024 will be something that you've never seen before since this movement has started. Kàṣìṣe, kájọlá, ìṣọ̀kan, òmìnira, ní kẹ́ jẹ́ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú, ọ̀pọ̀ ire, àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀, àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ṣé láfíà ni mo tún bá wa bí a ṣe máa ń bára wa. Should I just delete this one? Not too sure what the message was about earlier on. GoFundMe link not working. Okay. Maybe from your end, I'm very sure it is working. It is already live, and I can tell you that we've got the first donor, which is my mom, but she refused to put her name there. She just said anonymous. She put 20 pounds, and I think we have Mr. Said Awonibiowo Eshigoni, 10 pounds. So in the last 15 minutes or thereabout, yes, we've raised 30 pounds, but the target is exactly 50,000 pounds. You might think that 50,000 pounds is a lot of money. It is. But when you look at the world that we are living today, 50,000 pounds for a media organization is just a little bit of what we call transport for the CNN. And when I say transport, that means to move their gadget from one community to one town to one village Because they have CNN in Turkey, they have CNN in Arab. Can we have a full dedicated Koikimedia that will be just for Yoruba alone? When I mean Yoruba in terms of the language, so that when I am not the one speaking, it will be a pure Yoruba staff that will be working back to back. There will not be one of them. There will not be three of them, but they will be ready to serve the community. Or should we say setting up the Koikimedia in America? I'm sure many of you would love to see Koikimedia set up in America so that we can hit the target and we can start telling the Americans why the Yoruba people wants to exit. Yes, the whole agenda, the whole reason is not just for anything, is also to propagate, to push the message of hope to the lives of people that are still African Americans, that we are the Yorubas that they are looking for, the Yorubas that they need to come up on board quickly so that we can come out of Nigeria and we can have a better life. Tonight is also going to be a phone conversation. We said it yesterday, where you will ask questions that pertain to the movement, questions that you're not sure of. Like I said yesterday, I will not answer questions to security details, especially when it comes to Chief Sunday Igboho. So if you're going to ask those questions, I will not answer it. But if it's just ordinary question, oh, kini mo fe fowó ṣe, it is for the media platform. BBC raise money all the time. And I know what they raised the last time was about $1 million plus. ITV raised money. Most of this platform raise money, and most of them, they have a lot of organizations that are paying them heavy money so that they can continue to stand. Koikimedia is not different from any of these channels. We can do better than them, but we can only raise funds from the new generation of raising money. I'm sure many of you don't want to wait till I die, which we don't pray that is going to happen. And then they will open a GoFundMe for me. I forbid that in my life. Let's celebrate what you have right now so that we can be able to push the message that this brand has hold on to and continue to hold on to. I said I am the last man standing. Many of you think I'm joking. I have decided that without Yoruba Nation, we are not doing anything on Koikimedia. We might touch on some other areas, but this platform is dedicated with a strong team. We had our meeting just yesterday, and they are ready. They are dedicated. They are ready to go into the towns and the villages and push the message of hope to our people that 2027, nobody should be thinking about any other election again in that shithole country called Nigeria. Because Nigeria is dead, but many Nigerians do not believe so. I don't care whether Nigerians do not believe, but I am more caring about the Yoruba people. I was not happy when I saw the statistics yesterday. The statistics of where only less than 2.7% of age between 18 and 24 are not listening to us. What could be the reason? I don't know. What can we do? How do we penetrate Koikimedia into all the universities across Southwest? That is where we're going to need your support. How do we make sure that Koikimedia gets into every hooks and corner of the world? Because anybody that listens to Koikimedia will automatically knows about Yoruba Nation. That is the brand. That is what we are projecting. Let me congratulate every single one of us. Happy New Year in advance. Let me set up the last platform, and then we will come back into the program. Tonight is about Q&A. Ask those questions, put the comment out. But one thing is, Nigeria will never progress away from where it is right now. Nothing is going to change in Nigeria apart from death, agony, pain. The only solution is to crash that country right now before Nigeria will crash you. This is where we come in so that Nigeria do not crash you. Listen to this until I come back so that we can set up the last platform and we can continue with the program. And to buy no fair link here, the link, like I said, is being generated by all the Koikimedia team. They'll be posting it continuously until we reach our target. The target will be £50,000. Yes, I don't live in Nigeria. I am working with the exchange rate in UK. If you like, start multiplying it to Naira. That is your own problem, not mine. I work from here. I pay tax from here, okay? I pay the UK government tax. So that means I am operating with pound sterling. One thing is, it is very easy. Wherever you are around the world, you can just easily go in there, click on the link, read the reason why we need the money. And if you think it's worth it for you, donate. And if you think it's not worth it for you, just keep watching the link as it grows every day. You can donate as many times. And like I said, we hope you're not going to donate and pull your money out. But if you do, you might have a reason. But one thing is, this is for the Koikimedia organization, fully registered in UK, that needs the support of the public so that we can be able to push the message that we have been doing from this platform. I'm coming back in just about a few minutes. Let's listen to Uncle Bola again.
By 2000 AD, òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣin, amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà níbi tí ẹ̀gbin, ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́. Tàbá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ yìí. Àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mo wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nínú ẹ̀gbin, nínú ìyà, nínú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ojì náà ló ń ṣọ̀ọ́dún. Ohun tó ń ṣe agbáyalé náà, ìyà tó ń jẹ sógbọ̀n ìlábẹ́kúta ń kọ́, òun náà ló ń jẹ sílẹ̀ ní kòńtàgbò. Ètò àpamọ́ bàbá ní ìyàwó Èkìtì kọ́ tí ó yàtọ̀ sí ètò tó ń pa Ìkejìkù ní Abakaliki. Nígbà tí mo sọ Ìkejìkù ní ìsìn wá rántí tí wọ́n láì ní oúnjẹ ní rántí o. Nígbà tí a wà ní Orúgà, ẹ̀yìn náà àti gbọ́ olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló ń pè ọ́gà ní Orúgà. Ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP ẹ̀sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tí wọ́n ti kọjá ẹ̀sà ìgbé ẹ̀ lọ sókè lẹ́sìn. Ilé àwọn Ìkejìkù ló. Jẹ́bọ̀ àwọn aláìsí àjọ group àti NCNC àwọn àdí ọgbà àgbà yẹn ló wá kúkú mú ìgè àti ìdúró ló wá pa pọ̀. Mi mọ̀ bóyá Bọ́lájí wà ní tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní gbogbo ilé yìí torí tó bá di ọ̀rẹ́ mi á sọ fún ẹ. Tí Makíntọ́lá ó lọ sí òde. Ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ men of integrity, men of integrity, men àwọn kan wà ní tí wọ́n integrity o. Bọ́lá ṣí ṣe ti gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n yẹn Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn olú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ ti ilé ìtúsẹ̀lẹ̀ Ìbákíńtọ́lá ló ṣe kàńpé gbogbo ẹni wọ́n sì kọ́ lọ́wọ́ sókè gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè gbogbo ẹni wọ́n sì kọ́ lọ́wọ́ sókè gbogbo wọn ọwọ́ ni wọ́n ti kọ́ ní wọ́n lé ní ẹjẹ́ sí.
And these are memories of the Yoruba people. Let me appreciate those of you that have joined us, and let me also confirm that in case Eliba Gofundme Tony on raise £50,000, Emiola Yomi Koiki of Koikimedia, the CEO of Koikimedia, that was established over 10 years ago in UK. 3 years, we got into the project of Yoruba Nation, where we thought that we would never come across something of such, especially those of us that have worked in the Nigerian community like myself for more than 10 years. I service the community using my media to propagate or to push the message. Let me not use propagate, to push the message of hope that there is something called Nigeria, until a leader, a true leader that popped up just about 2019 under the name of Professor Adebanji Akintoye. And I got to be honest with you, I've never heard about his name before. Not that he's not there, but because there was no media to push Baba Akintoye for every single one of us. There was no media to tell us that Baba Akintoye was a true leader that genuinely loved his people. We didn't have that opportunity. But sometime around 2019, Baba Akintoye message popped up. And when that message popped up, that was where people like myself came into the movement. That is how I decided that I will leave every goddamn thing I'm doing. I will sacrifice my holiday. In 3 years, I've not been to one holiday with my family. I will sacrifice everything I have with this, my small koro brain. Some people even wanted to knock me off with my Yoruba. They thought that the Yoruba was not strong enough to deliver the message. If the Yoruba was not good, you cannot brush me aside with the little Queen English that I know that I have. I have lived here for 25 years and I understand the language. I can speak the little patois. And I decided that mine will be different. 3 years down the line, Igboho came in as well. 3 years down the line, we brought more people into the movement. Some decided that they cannot trust us. I leave that to them to decide. But like I always say, only if Ikuba Bayeye has allowed me to record him some of what he said, you will not hear it from me right now. I will wait to the final day when the true picture of the declaration of Yoruba nation will come up. Yoruba nation, it is just that we need everybody on board. Most importantly, the media. The media wanted to rubbish Baba Akintoye. They did not know that Baba Akintoye will come up with many, many grandchildren like myself. I flew into Nigeria because I wanted to give Baba Akintoye the hope that if everybody give up on him from the media, because we saw the shenanigans that played along the line until I went to Nigeria in 2021. Mo rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe fún bàbá yẹn. Mo wá tẹ ticket. I did not tell my wife. Neither did I tell my mom. But I told Igboho and I said, Baba, mo ti kọ ticket mi. Mo ń bọ̀ nílé wá bá yín. Ẹ máa retí mi láìpẹ́. I gave him the date and the time I will get into Nigeria. And he also assured my security when I arrive. I will leave all that to the next area that we will discuss in the future. Mo tẹ kọ̀létí, mo lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀, mo rí Baba Akintoye, and I told him certain things. I gave him the assurance that if everybody give way and refuse to believe him, for the fact that I heard these from him, and he has still kept on and hold on to that, I will play what I heard from him. Once again, oh hey Biafra, as you continue the message of hope. I will respond a little bit to the military of that shithole country, linking the Yorubas with the Boko Haram. I already spoke to Igboho, the CSI of our time. I will leave him to come back to me on what will be his own response. But from the media of Koikimedia, I respond pada fún the shithole military guy that wrote the message that the Yorubas and the Biafra are now linked with Boko Haram. We our land in Nigeria. That Nigeria rule. By the time my media get into all the universities and the secondary schools, I hope you saw what played out somewhere in London today. I don't know the true picture of what happened. Like I always say to Igboho, I send them the video. When things like that happen in a civilized society, if you don't know what has happened, that means you have not been following me back to back on my platform. In London, I'm not going to repeat that on this platform. You will go and look for the video and you will ask yourself, so what they don't really in London? Leave it over civilized. Nigerians will wake up by the time they hear the real message of hope. Baba Akintoye started with this, and that is the reason why we joined him, and we have never left him. I met Baba Adebanjo. I also told him certain things, but they are not ready. That is why we are sticking to Baba Akintoye. because Babakito is ready. He's ready to take the bull by the horn. He's ready to sacrifice. He has done that sacrifice, and this is how Babakitoye pushed the message. Let me say, they back come across Gofundme, Tony Koikimedia, Benny. I am older than Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. I have every right according to what the law in this country says. The money is not to buy anything more than to fund the Koikimedia, the media of our time, the media of the new generation of the hope that the Yoruba nation must exit from the shithole country called Nigeria. And the Koikimedia will do exactly that. Once again, if you are new to the platform, you can also contribute. Like I said, we need just 50,000 people to contribute. £1 each, $1 each. We will hit the target. If you can do more, do more. I have been seeing your donation. Like I said, the money will be there. I'm not going to touch it. That is the reason why we set that GoFundMe. It will come in bulk. So that if I feel rankokon, mali luni bulk, and imawa £200, £300. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do, but you will see it as we go into the new year. Last Shedumari, if you are not Latimawa or somewhere much better, and you will say, thank you so much, Koiki. We trust you, and we will even fund you more if you come back again 2024 on the 31st. This is just a note, and I want everybody to write today's date down. By the year 2024, December 31st, you will thank me for the great job that we started as we go into 2024, January. Emilonpo Koikimedia, the last man standing for this movement. Atomode, Atagbalagba, ẹ máa gbọ́ níṣẹ́ pé Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ bọ́ nínú ẹ̀kọ́ ẹrú. But eléyìí kọ́kọ́ máa gbọ́ nígbà tá a fi gbọ́, nígbà tí bàbá Akíntóyè fi tẹ̀ sí wa létí. In tó tẹ̀ sí mi náà létí leléyìí, tèmi náà fi wá ń béèrè pé bàbá ẹ ṣọ́ pé ọ̀nà leléyìí. Bàbá yẹn nípọ́ náà ni. Mo ní ẹ jẹ́ kémi ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kí wọ́n bá yín nílé Ifẹ̀ kí n gbọ́ sétí pé ń tẹ́ sọ yìí òun náà ló máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n tí bàbá yẹn sọ.
The Yoruba-speaking tribe of Nigeria has been accepted as the 45th member of the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization. Leader of the Yoruba World Congress, Professor Banji Akintoye, says the membership represents a very important step in the collective quest of well-meaning Yoruba people to achieve the goal of dignity and self-determination.
It is my great pleasure.
Sorry about that.
Has been admitted to the membership of UNPO. UNPO means Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, with its headquarters in The Hague. The UNPO has expressed their gladness to welcome the Yoruba nation as a new member of UNPO, and they're looking forward to working with us. It is important because it is a great stride, and it represents a very important step in our collective quest to achieve the goal of dignity in the country in which we live, and also to achieve the goal of self-determination for our nation. Our Yoruba nation now has a voice on the international stage via the machinery of the UNPO, which maintains a permanent presence before the United Nations and before other international agencies like the European Union, the African Union, the United States government, and the governments of various other countries across the world.
That was how we started the Yoruba Nation campaign, under the leadership and still the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Let me welcome as many of you that have joined us tonight. Like I said, tonight is not about the GoFundMe, but that will not stop our normal message, the message of hope, the true picture of why Yoruba needs to go. That is just a small bit of it. Our true identity has been taken away. How do we retrieve it back? How do we get our identity back from what has been taken out of us during the British colonial rules. We don't have any problem with the British citizen. I love them so much, even though some of them might not love us. I have lived with them for 25 years. We have issues with what happened during the 1914, during the slave trade, and what is still happening presently. America does not have the right to say that we are not going to ask for Yoruba nation. America does not have the right to say that the Biafra do not have the right. Neither do they say the Arewa do not have the right. They are not going to come and tell you to dissolve, dismantle, disintegrate, or break up Nigeria. We will have to be the one to push the message. And that message is the message of hope that me, Koikimedia, is presenting to you. Mokibabawa Folabi Idowu, I say good morning to you as you join the broadcast. Mr. Waris Jinodu, one of the men that have stood with this platform, telling us that the diaspora must now start thinking about saving ourselves from the financial crisis of Nigeria. And let me use, Waris Jinodu. I call him my Egbon, our Babawa. I don't know about anything when it comes to financial sector. I spoke with Bishop Adeshino yesterday, and maybe I should remind you with this soundtrack. It's not a soundtrack. This is a Yoruba man that could not have access, or that could not have rather, access to his hard-earned currency. When we are the ones sending money home, we send the dollars, we send the pound sterling, so that we can be able to, get naira. But do you know that people now are struggling to get their naira from the bank? We have not even get to 2024. This government is not even there up to 1 year. Already, this is happening not in Enugu, not in Anambra, not in the north, probably maybe in Abuja, I guess in Lagos. Let's listen to this man.
But what is it turning into? No, what's our society turning into? I have an account I've been running. It's not an account for 1,000. It's an account for millions. No, you cannot stop it because somebody needs to hear this, because I don't want my patients to die. I just want to pay for 14 patients' medication. I'm not asking GT to do me any 14 favor. Just to pay for my patient's medication. GT is telling me I cannot open my account. Then I have to wait for another 2 more fucking days. For what? Just for patient's life? Until it becomes their MD's family members before they will move. I'm not asking them to give me any money. It's my account that I just want to run. What are we turning into? Honestly, and is this a government issue? We're talking individuals here. I had to leave my clinic to come down here for this. Why? So we need to know people.
This is GT Bank Oregon. Mandate.
So that means GT Bank Oregon, Lagos niye. Babawa Waris Jinodu, for the last 3 years, he has continuously posted about diaspora must now think about another way that we will stop this naira. Because the moment we can avoid to use naira, we have literally killed that country. Bola Tinubu is struggling now. It needs a lot of dollars. It needs these as much as it needs these. This is very heavy. Owo ya Charlie ti kú nísìn. Owo Baba Charlie la mama pè nísìn. Okay? Iya Charlie died and Baba Charlie ọmọ ẹ̀ ti wà níbẹ̀ nísìn. So these two are very powerful, and the Canadian dollars. And that means that what can we do as diaspora? Kí la lè máa burú sí? It is not for me. That is where you have to come in and kick in, so that we can start saying that even if it's just my own village, Tibati send the owó sílé, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ make sure pé gbogbo tó lè fi need naira are avoided. They will be able to use different ways. It's possible. That is where Bishop Adeshina was able to come in. Mo sọ fún wọn lálẹ́ àná nígbà tí mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. You remember he was not with us on the program yesterday. Mo ní mo sọ lórí ètò níbẹ̀ because it's not because I say him or because he calls into the program. Mo ní tẹ́ bá gbé owó wa sá lọ, máa fi ifá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, máa fi wá yín. Gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá wà pátápátá. Èmi ọ̀rọ̀ Jésù kọ́kọ́ lélẹ́yìí, ọ̀rọ̀ Jésù àtànábì kíní kan. Tẹ ifá, màá ní kó bá mi gbé ifá kó fi wá yín jáde níbikíbi tẹ́ bá wà. Tó bá máa cost mi ní £1 million, àwa yín jáde. gbogbo owó ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá wà níbi tí ẹ kó sí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ kó jáde. And he laughed about it as well. But let me say this, Yoruba people, and wa irọ́ and wa tabari òtítọ́ a máa ń gbé sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. He has started something, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is perfect or not. There can never be perfection if we don't start something. If Tabas, I can imagine Taba bear a Yoruba nation struggle. Ṣé mọ̀ pé púpọ̀ nínú àwọn èèyàn ẹlòmíì ti give up. Mo rí brother mi kan, ó ní Mr. Koiki, mọ̀ tẹ́ ń ṣe fún wa. Bàbá tí ó bí mi lọ́mọ, right? You've saved him from just talking about Yoruba nation. Nínú ẹ̀ láti rí àwọn uncle wa kan tí mo ní kó láìpẹ́ yìí. Ilé tọ́nà kọ́ sílùú wọn kò ń ṣe less than 200 million naira. Wọ́n lè lọ gbé níbẹ̀. So ọ̀rọ̀ pé the financial part of ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìn, how do we protect it? I saw a very, very brilliant initiative by Yeyedara as well. Very massive, brilliant initiative where is now she set up this farming sector as well. I am aware that there's already a group of people that have the same kind of project. I have bring them on board, and it's also part of the GR1. Mr. Timothy. Mr. Timothy is doing farming project as well. Kódà, agbe mọ́tò fún wọn. Yes, and go for the first time. Though, mọ́tò yẹn ti ní problem because they fix it. This is why we need money. This is Capstar ni mo gbé fún wọn. I'm saying this for the first time. This Capstar was one of the Capstar that we were able to acquire through someone that says, ẹ máa lò for the time being. Àwọn tí wọ́n gbé mọ́tò fún wa, gbogbo olúkálùkù wọn ti gba mọ́tò wọn padà. But this particular person sọ pé, no, òun believe in me. Keep it for now. But like I said, the only problem for me in list, you know, Nigeria, there's always going to be a problem with vehicles in and out. What if we figure, when I need 200,000 naira, lot if you put it back. But I gave them to be using it for the farming. I'm talking about almost about some few months back. Àti lo mọ́tò yẹn lọ sí rally, àti lo for some, àwọn kan dá mọ́tò yẹn mọ̀ tó bá rí. This is what we are doing behind the scene. Àwọn yẹn ti ń ṣe nǹkan àgbẹ̀. But tó bá rí enough funding, tó bá rí enough support, they will not be able to do it. We can kick and support them, just like Yedara have started on that project as well. Kini wo fe ṣe? Don't complain. Try to do something. In temi mo ṣe ni mo gbé dání, òun ni media part of the Yoruba Nation campaign. I am not the only media. There's so many media. And like I said, I am just a different media. And that is why we are independent. I work with all the other medias and make sure that we push their messages out. But one thing is, how do we destroy this shit old country currency? You cannot destroy it if you don't prepare for something else. They were able to set up the Ruba account. The purpose of the Ruba is to make sure that we can channel the way that money is moved between the diaspora and back home. Arákùnrin nísìn ó ní owó nínú account. Kò ṣe báwa la send owó sí. Bí a diaspora send owó sí nísìn, kó fi tọ́jú patient tó jẹ́ family wọn. Kò lè ní access owó yẹn. Ó lọ sí Ọ̀rẹ́gùn ní GT ní Kẹjàbí. Ṣebí Kẹjà ní Ọ̀rẹ́gùn wà. Eyebrow area. Bí a 1 million naira ló fi gbà. Bí a 10 million. GT ní bàbá ẹ̀ lè gba 10 million no. Tó bá jẹ́ pọ́ kówó wọn sínú Rúbà. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ wá fi ní ìdòwò wọn tán náà wọ́n rí gbà. Mr. Koiki náà lẹ́ni ká kówó lọ sínú Rúbà. A wá fi gbowó wa padà nísìn. And if anybody put their money in there and you cannot access that money, just let us know. And we will call out Bishop Adesina to tell us why. What set up radio? Àwọn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo. Èmi náà ni mo jáde pé I need the radio. 2 years ago, I will not go into all the details again. They almost destroyed that project. We were able up to today to complete the mission of the radio. There are some other things. I'm not going to tell you right now, but it started as one project. It can be expanded. It can be duplicated. Tebari McDonald's ni sin. Tebari McDonald's ni Acme. The same template there in Acme uno le mabani hall. The same template le mabani Bial America college there. But let's use the whole of UK. The whole setup of KFC. Tebaba taste the KFC in your body yato. The same KFC. And maybe some of you don't know that. People buy these franchise. Yes, you can buy it. Well, what be that could change it. So when some of you are saying that, Yoruba nation yìí kò lè bọ́ sí, no, ó lè bọ́ sí, mo kí ẹ must be, máa kí ẹ dáadáa later. Ó lè bọ́ sí if we are all dedicated and playing our different roles. Àwọn kan ò lè ṣe kankan tí wọ́n ní pé wá fund and there is money needed. Mo bá Mrs. Misoro, I was sitting down and watching the Biafra tonight or last night. Simon Ekpa had a broadcast. Like I said, I can't broadcast it, because YouTube would pull it down. And I was even not at home when Kim see me, so I spent time with her, with the grandchildren. It's exactly 10 minutes past 1 a.m. And I saw how different countries of the Biafra chapter, they were bringing the money to raise or one donated central. Did you understand that? Or what on raise or one donated central post, because they have 100,000 standby military guys, military men, the Biafra Liberation Army. They have some other sectors. They have the ESN. They are ready. We are not there yet. Okay? No, we can fund the money into a Central Plus account that has been put to there. But when that money has been put there, Babakitoye must need that money and they must be able to ask access to that money. I feel call story. We don't need story. There's some money that will be emergency and that money must be released. But I will leave that section for now. But I hope that Professor Banja Kitoye will restructure the central account properly so that Kale Mashe every weekend, not me, Baba no lo ma jade ni, abi ma dedicate another person ni, ta mama sọ fún gbogbo èèyàn pé ibi ba ile mama fowó sí. Kò jẹ́ pé torí pé mi fẹ́ raise owó nísìn, màá ní kẹ́ má dáwó síbì kan. No, platform tèmi lélẹ̀, kò ní kankan ṣe independent ni, kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú anybody. And I'm not accountable to anybody apart from Eledumare to Dami. But what we are saying is that nobody should sit back and expect a miracle. Àwọn kan iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní pé kó máa gbàdúrà. Ẹ̀yin máa bá wa fàdúrà jagun, àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe máa bá wa ṣe, ẹ̀yin alásàlátù ẹ máa bá wa ṣe. Àwa kan máa di strategy. Kò ń ṣe pé kẹwàá ní gbogbo strategy yẹn fẹ́ kó wá sọ́dọ̀ Koikimedia. No. You will be part of the organization that can push things forward. And I will question them because as far as I'm concerned, I am independent away from every single platform. Bá lórúkọ mi pé wà nínú group kan. Koikimedia is independent. I will question them. We will interrogate them, but not interrogate them to bring them down, to encourage them, because people wants to know, Kini, why is the MSH? Because at the end of the day, if the military is releasing a statement, we must be able to counter it straight away. Ibi tí media ti ní access láti ṣiṣẹ́ nìyẹn, but èmi kọ́ ni mo gbọ́dọ̀ kọ statement yẹn jáde. Tí wọ́n ní pé kọ́kọ́ statement, káwa tètè kà síta, ká lè debunk it, especially in Nigeria, because a máa debunk a lot of things tí Nigeria ń sọ. But when we sit back, military or to release statement they were lórí for 24 hours, I respond lé lórí padà, I counter, then àwọn èèyàn máa sọ pé serious. Ẹ lọ wo táwọn Biafran sọ, wọ́n ní serious, wọ́n ní Tinubu ti débẹ̀, every one of us have just said, àti relax. Ẹ lọ wo tó sọ. There is still cordial relationship with us and the Simon Ekpa, but I don't have to go into the details. It's not for public consumption. But some of them are not seeing us as we Shashiwa Ninu movement because and what I don't share program. Some of them pick on so many other areas that they talk about. That is their platform. I stick to the real conversation, self-determination. That's all. I can do a lot of. I'm justice justice program. No, I'm not interested. I can be mentioning his name along the line. That is the reason why I'm asking for a proper society that works. Because I see these videos, I post them, but I'm not going to talk about it. Need the sickness. All this is the reason why Yoruba nation in the first place. And when people do not understand that, maybe media kawalati sit back, kajoko, kawo strategy wola tulelo, kawo business analyst wola legbe, ki media ile fi je in ti wọ́n máa fi gbọ́ Yoruba nation dada. but tá a bá jókòó mo kí ẹ easy mo ti fi message ránṣẹ́ sí ẹ mo dẹ̀ ti rọ̀wọ́ ẹ nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn tètè fọwọ́ síbẹ̀ kódà kí n lè kí ẹ dáadáa èèyàn ti Koikimedia èèyàn ti gbowó ṣá Ìgbòho máa ń gbọ́hùn easy ni easy máa ń send message sí Ìgbòho pé ibi tó bá náà ń lọ easy ní èmi ni conductor Koiki ìwọ ṣáà sọ fún mi pé kí n wẹ̀gbẹ́ ẹ tí bá ti ní easy wẹ̀gbẹ́ ẹ àfẹ́ wọlé á dẹ̀ máa wọlé bọ̀ ká tó wọlé nísìn a gbọ́dọ̀ gbé àwọn èèyàn wa a gbọ́dọ̀ tó enlighten wọn because right now poverty ti bà ayé àwọn èèyàn wa jẹ́ ẹ má bínú fún statement yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ ni is a deliberate act tabarẹ́ni tó lè subsidize iléeṣẹ́ bread ẹ̀dálẹ̀ tabarẹ́ni tó lè subsidize paracetamol fáwọn èèyàn wa ẹ̀ fún wọn Nàìjíríà ò tí kú but can we do things that a lè máa mú ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn kúrò lára Nàìjíríà we cannot fund everything lówó bí Adeleke lówó Ṣèyí Mákindé lọ́wọ́ lówó Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún lọ́wọ́ gbogbo 50,000 pounds tèmi wá nísìn chicken change ló jẹ́ fáwọn governors yìí àwọn dẹ̀ ní media tó fi ń counter mi because tí bá sọ pé okay team mi mo ní dárúkọ state yẹn I can even mention it Ondo state ẹ̀wọ̀n pọ̀ ṣe change governor tẹ́ bá rí iná ṣe fáwọn Koikimedia team because they are not seeing us as part of them wọ́n ní àkín ṣe press ti governor so kí la fi wá ṣe níbí báyìí you can see the game that wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé àwa yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan táwọn sọ so we are also like a threat to some of the media but I can see that there's more changes now Mori Omeyo wọ́n ṣe interview kan fún it's very good àwọn tó wà nílé ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n ni pé àwọn bá lọ pe Ìgbòho kó wá sọ̀rọ̀ àmì ọ̀tẹ̀ fi rí Ìgbòho bá sọ̀rọ̀ anyway tó bá ráyè púpọ̀ ni wọ́n máa ń get back sí mi ẹ bá fi bá Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ èmi lẹ máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lè bá Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ tó mídíà tó bá fi bá Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà èmi lè máa wá bá sọ̀rọ̀ because èmi lágbẹnusọ ẹ̀ Ìgbòho ní láti máa appear lórí program yìí ó ti kọjá level yẹn èmi lè máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ní statement tó fẹ́ release fún yín ẹ wá bá mi màá sọ fún yín but pé we are now seeing that àwọn media kankan wọ́n ti invite àwọn ọmọ wa nílé irú Omeyo nísìn Omeyo is the youth leader in Nigeria presently Nigeria is still a country ààrẹ tí gba country Omeyo is doing a very fantastic job. He also needs the help, just like must be. Every one of them needs help. But like I said, how do we break the genes? How do we make sure that 3 years, we are just going to improve on it? Decline. We don't want to decline. We want to keep pushing because 2027, gbogbo àwọn tó dágbé mọ́ Tinubu ní Èkó Ìdúmọ̀tà tó ní ebi ń pa wá ẹ̀mọ̀kan tó tún ṣe t-shirt ẹ̀ gan sef máa send the GoFundMe link yẹn nísìn easy so ẹ lè bá mi fi tọ̀dọ̀ tí náà síbẹ̀ màá tún wá send Kofi yẹn méjèèjì náà la máa send sí yín ẹ wo bó ṣe ń pariwo mọ́ Tinubu ní Èkó Ìdúmọ̀tà níbi tó ti lọ kírun wọn ní ebi ń pa wá ẹ má jẹ́ ń tàn yín tó bá di 2027 these same set of people wọ́n máa lọ dìbò wọ́n wò mí báyìí nísìnyí ẹlòmíì ti tọ́jú PVC ẹ̀ ó fi gba 10,000 naira lọ́wọ́ wọn I'm not saying kẹ́ lọ destroy it but do you think that election can solve the problem? Never. Ale is to talk more about is my voice too high? Okay. Ale is talking about and raising 50,000 pounds for Koikimedia ẹni tó bá ní the link yẹn ẹ máa béèrè tẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọnú ètò ẹni tó bá wo program yìí later tẹ́ béèrè pé níbo ni link yẹn wà tẹ́ bá ti lọ sórí GoFundMe tẹ́ bá ti lọ síbẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹn ṣáà táìpù Koikimedia àgbéjáde and let me first read what we put out there but tí kí àwọn èèyàn wa tán orí Mr. Waris Jinadu la dúró lé lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo lọ sórí Mass B brother mi dáadáa nílé kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun tó ń ṣe á jáde láàárọ̀ ó máa ní àwọn breaking news láàrin méjì Mass B ló ní yẹn lọ́wọ́ breaking news ni wàá bá lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ confam bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó ń sọ then alọ́sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Oseni mo kí ìyá mi Títílọlá Shaw ẹ̀ka Roma mo kí Just Reason you actually said earlier that the GoFundMe link is not working. I guess it's just a mistake. It is working. Mo kí bàbá wa Fọlábí Ìdòwú Ẹni Òòṣà, the good and the wonderful leader. Thank you so much. Mo kí Daddy wa Fab. Mo kí GS the third. Black Americans and the Yoruba are the same people. Thank you so much. reparation for long lost Black Americans in Yoruba Nation. Money mommy me can send message to me, she wants to go back to her roots, America Lower. I'm not going to go into too much details. Most of them are now getting very old. They are concerned. Thank you so much for the like, Mr. Bemishere. I can see that you're sending so much like on the TikTok. Mukiba about Tony Adigun, Yami Risi Ashiru, any Happy New Year, Benny, because I want to look on Happy New Year by anything. I'm sure, I think New Zealand and those areas, Australia, Happy New Year will be coming to them. Muki Amilen can see Muki and tó wà lórí Facebook náà, ìyàwó Grace Olúṣòótọ́, any beautiful morning and Happy New Year in advance to you, my darling Ọláyọmí Koiki. Èmi àti wọn jọ wà nínú GR1. Mo rí Alhaji Bashiru for some time, but I'm sure he's doing very well. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn platforms káàkiri. Mo kí Prince Adekunle. Sky Jane says, following from the US, thank you so much. And I hope you're all going to be putting your little support. If I get 50,000 people, the link is working well. £90 has been donated. Yes, already. The target is £50,000 and the money will be there until we hit as much of what we need before we pull it out. And we will pull it out and Koikimedia will start using it to transform this page, not the Facebook page, not the YouTube page. It is going to transform the message that we want from the Koikimedia, both our team on the ground and the Koikimedia internationally as well, that are working back to back. So let me start moving forward. Mukibaba, Mr. Olamide Ayomi. If you're in Nigeria, I know there's hard currency. If you can't donate anything, you just continue to help us to share the program. But like I said, there will be much way that we will make sure that our message, especially on Koikimedia, we can get it to all the universities, the secondary schools, the primary schools. How are we going to do that? I will not reveal all those details online. That is for me to decide with my team, but we are working on so many things. We'll visit places, especially within the Yoruba territory, that are secured, because not everywhere in Yoruba land is safe. So I will not put my team in danger because I want them to get something from me. Moki Mr. Kim Ayodele, Ifeoluwa Olumide, any Yoruba nation is the only solution. And until by team you're wasting your time. I don't hate Tinubu, but I don't trust him, and I cannot believe that he's going to dissolve the union that is together as we speak right now. Moki Mr. SK, Boss Adewale, I don't give money. Emarikwe and Rezowo, Koiki, Moebin Pami, Yanjemi, Lobastini Toy. I haven't got all the time for that. We have a project to deliver. That project is on the table, and I need to deliver that project moving forward from 2024. So, bag and Rezowo, Kewa send account number in, Kema Konlekun, Kema G, Kema Sun, Kema G, Kema Kwimi. I haven't got the time. We all have to come up together and bring down this shit old country called Nigeria. Mr. Ahmed, Dekunleni, Yoruba people nation, we are not going back. Olodumare, Afunwashi, Lagbarolon. We are not tribes, okay? The word tribes should not be used against us at any point. In Qatar, Britain is shit. We are any tribes. Kill me by tribes. We are not tribes. We are indigenous people. Okay? So, in case some of you don't know that. Okay, somebody's asking for my WhatsApp. The Barwa Lori page me all the time. My number was very easy to get, but if you're asking for my number, plus 44 74 04 405 917. The website, koikimedia.com, you will find my number there. Like I said, we had a very fantastic, short, very powerful conference meeting last night, and it was very, very successful. And they are ready to serve the Yoruba people if we are ready to give them the task. So as we now move, let's now talk about this GoFundMe before I go into the other part of the program. So far, we've done just 1 hour, 9 minutes. So we are still good with our time. We normally do 3 hours in a straight. Not everybody, only with 3 hours program in Nigeria. What can we do differently to make sure that the message can get to them. In this country, nobody have asked, why do we get free newspaper? The reason why they're giving you the free newspaper is because they want you to get a message. It doesn't matter whether it's the UK economy, there's a recession in this country, whether it's got to do with job. Thank you so much for that beautiful art. And you have now challenged me. And it will feel like it challenge me. So I'm going to like a challenge. So let's start with this. Challenging, okay. Tẹ́ bá ti challenge mi ní orí program nísìn, èyí náà máa ṣe kí ni bí àti bá ti ogun tó máa fi ń dẹ́rù bà yín ní Nàìjíríà, so ẹni ẹ ti challenge mi, so máa fi change fìlà mi, so bí ẹ tún máa fún mi ní ìmí nísìn, ṣe like ilé tí mo dé, mo tún ní mo ní eléyìí, so ó pọ̀ ya so yẹ ká ra kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo tó fi ń dẹ́rù bà yín ní Nàìjíríà kò yé yín nísìn, gbogbo tó fi ń dẹ́rù bà yín nìyẹn, so ẹ má ká dé ti military tí bá fi sọ̀rọ̀ ti Nigerian military máa dé yẹn, but for now ẹ jẹ́ kí n dé tàwọn ti cowboy, ó pọ̀ káàkiri ní oríṣiríṣi ni ẹ wá ṣe fẹ́ sí, so orí TikTok ló ti fún mi ní fìlà ìṣe mi náà wá bínú báyìí, so mo wá lọ gbé ti ṣé mo look cool, so nice, wọ́n ní mo kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun ṣé gan ni ìyàwó Bùsáyọ̀, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok àìtí mo bá ṣe máa send the link Gofundme yẹn, but I will try my best before we go, máa push ẹ̀ sínú bẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram náà ó yẹ kí gbogbo yín náà lè ní access sí, okay máa fi fóònù ilé iṣẹ́ yẹn, so I'm gonna read the Gofundme to start with, then from there and I'll be refreshing, see how much we raised tonight, which is the first day of the link. If we can raise, £1,000, we can. My program is watched by nothing less than, we've lost viewership. It's because many of you are not getting notification. Moke Gbomi Gbedu, I've just cited you in Gbedu magazine. Thank you so much. And I think he runs his own program every 7 p.m. on TikTok. I've been busy. I've not been able to watch him fully, but I just spotted him joining tonight. Tonight we've raised £115. Tabari 1,000 people to our programming across all the platforms. I don't want to say you cannot support, but things are very tough for many of you. But I want to come and pensioner, money come mama for me low or damn loan. She money money even the 5,000, 10,000. I keep telling them, when you know, Mr. Koiki, it is worth it for them. But after tonight, to start with, we should be able to raise £1,000, and I can come back to say, yes, we are almost there. So every night, every program, Tibashe, 1,000 people, £1,000. We will raise the £50,000. It is not even up to buying a Bentley, okay? So if you think that we want to buy a Bentley in the new year, don't worry yourself too much. It is for Koikimedia. Emma worry nipe. I'm sure I'm thinking about one more because they about to borrow one in Nigeria. I want to allow abroad. Owó yẹn is small, is less than $40,000. Or I'm to America. But I want to buy more than that in a year. So, but enter one Nigeria. They about to borrow £50,000. Etimolosi naira. I don't live in Nigeria. So problem in here. If you are living big, owó ìlú ni mo fi ń operate in the last 25 years. So £50,000. Ó dàbí ìgbà tí yàn sọ pé 50,000 naira. Bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé 1-to-1 lówó. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe rí nígbà kan nìyẹn in the 80s. Àwọn tó lè confirm ẹ̀ wà lórí program. In the 80s, bá ṣe gbọ́, or in the 70s, wọ́n ní 1-to-1. So tó bá wo £50,000 ní 1970, it's just 50,000 naira ló gbé dání. But because owó Nigeria ti bàjẹ́, owó ti di 1,500 naira to £1. So don't multiply the money for me. Kí n tó di pé màá gba owó yẹn. Ẹ máa fàdúrà sí pé kó tètè pé, káwa lè tètè rí lò fún nǹkan tá fẹ́ ṣe, kó lè wúlò fún platform wa. Now, let me read the background to what we want to do as I put it on the GoFundMe. My name is Olaomi Koiki, known as Koikimedia. Thank you so much, Mr. Anibaba. I am a freelance journalist. I'm sure by now everybody knows the meaning of freelance. I don't have to be explaining that. If you don't know the meaning of freelance, that means I am not working for BBC. I am not working for Al Jazeera. I am not working for Eon, Vintage. But if they need my service and they will pay me, I will work for them. That means I'm a freelance. I can work for anybody. I'm a freelance to the Star Radio. That is what they call a freelance. So I'm a freelance journalist. I'm a freelance journalist. I'm a father and also an activist. In Nigeria, activist is something that they look to. Kini Shewore as an activist. I spoke to Shewore yesterday because he's having an event in Ondo State, and my team are preparing to be traveling to Ondo State to cover that event. He asked me to send a message to CSI to greet him and tell him about the event, which I did. And, message came back to CSI to him as well. So, Showore, thank you so much for the great work you're doing. And we're looking forward to the event from the 1st of January, 2024 at Kiribo. Kiribo, long be Kiribo, or Kiribo. I am a freelance journalist, a father, also an activist. So when you combine the three, itself is a big task. A journalist's work or journalism is a very, very vast, very vast. So they specialize in, certain area. Am I go sport journalist? Premier League, you transfer. Then you want to take part in religion. Don't kill yourself because Ronaldo, Saudi Arabia, ló somewhere. Ìyàwó ó yẹ kó marry ẹni kó tó lọ sí Saudi. What avoid the rules here for Ronaldo. So don't kill yourself because of religion. Yoruba nation, tá ń jà fún ẹ̀ńrẹ́rẹ́ olókun, heart attack, all those nonsense. Stop it, okay? Ronaldo ó play lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Saudi, ibẹ̀ ló ti ń sanwó ẹ̀, iṣu gidi ló ń gbà. According to the Saudi law, kò jẹ́ kó máa gbé nínú Saudi pẹ̀lú girlfriend. Ó yẹ kó marry ẹni. Wọ́n overlook ẹ̀. Kí ló rò pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀? Màá ní kí backup team mi lọ́la. We were able to screenshot club tó ra Ronaldo yẹn, àwa screenshot ẹ̀. Kó tó di pé I'm not going to do it tonight. Ẹ má send a similar ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí ó dọ̀la ẹ̀kan rán mi létí. Kí Ronaldo tó dé bẹ̀, àmọye numbers tó ní lórí Instagram. Ìjọ́ tí wọ́n sign Ronaldo, number yẹn lọ sókè. Within 3 hours or 2 days or 4 days or whatever days, number yẹn lọ sókè ni. That means that they don't care whether ìyàwó Ronaldo àbí girlfriend ẹ̀. What they need is the personality of Ronaldo. So tonight, it is not about anything more than my personality. My personality is the reason why many of you will contribute towards this. Some of you will not, but I believe majority will do. I have decided to solicit for fund to continue my freelance journalism work. That is the main reason. Kò kọ́síbẹ̀ pé for any reason to start with, we are soliciting for this fund so that iṣẹ́ freelance tí mo gbádùn tí mo ń ṣe, tí mo dedicate mi fún nísìn, so that I can be able to continue to do it. I have decided, the brand Koikimedia, I've decided to solicit for fund to continue my freelance journalism work, to enable us project and work better towards humanity. Let's hold on to that. That means any talk any plateau, if the people in plateau cannot speak out because the military that is compromised, that is a shithole country called Nigeria, our money opportunity to tell the world about it. If I don't have a robust platform I will not be able to pass that message to the international community. So that is one of the reasons why we're soliciting for funds. Then the next one says, and then the freedom of the indigenous people of the Yoruba that want their right to self-determination under United Nations chapter. The reason why that has to be in it is because this platform now, I've dedicated everything I have for this movement, this platform. As a freelance journalist, we need to upgrade. How do we upgrade if we don't have the fund? Yes, we get support there, but we need a substantial amount of fund so that we can upgrade very, very fast. If the fund comes up in 3 months, that means the project starts exactly in 3 months. Thank you so much, Mr. Theophilos Akitunde. If the money comes tonight in bulk, oh my God, cheese on bread, like my Igbo people will say, I gbé Nigeria sáré díẹ̀. Kò ń ṣowó tó pọ̀, but it will make impact with this brand that will then transform into the message that we are planning and hoping to deliver across the globe. We need to upgrade some of our equipment. If you don't know the cost of equipment, you can go out and check. They are not very, very cheap, even if you're buying them in second-hand. So that to enable our media organization called Koikimedia to reach people from far and wide, not just in Nigeria, across Africa. I gave you the statistic yesterday. And if you want me to just remind you again, I will do a little bit of it. We told you that our message is being listened to in different parts of the world. I am not happy that it is not reaching a particular target. And that target is the 2.5, if not 2.7, average of 18 to 24 in Nigeria. They are not listening to me because I don't know why. So my job now is to make sure that how can we reach them? What can I do differently to reach this audience? 18 to 24 years old in Nigeria, I only have 2.9% of you that are listening to me. Not good at all. What can we do? We're going to have to work on that. Let's go back again. For 3 years now, for very, very good 3 years, I continue to work day and night. You don't have to agree with me, but you can go back and see every time zone that we come out. Sometimes, some of you wonder whether I sleep. It shouldn't be myself alone now as we go into 2024. Do I have some great team of Koikimedia that can do what I'm doing? Oh, yes. I know. And they're ready. Using the little resources we have and the support of many of our listeners to sustain our media organization, that means in 3 years, many of you that believe in us, including my own family, have dipped their hand and say, Koikimedia, thank you so much. Koikimedia, thank you so much. But we need to get a bulk so that we can be able to do the needful in the new year. We have not taken any advert for 3 years. I have got many people that have reached out and say, we will pay you X amount of money every month. Tobacco Shinshi program, I refuse to. And we have the reason for that between the organization. I didn't make the decision myself on that, even though I might be the CEO, but we have management that says that is what we should put out for now. Doesn't mean it cannot change in the future, but presently right now, we are not going to take adverts. And whoever I just mentioned along the line, these are probably just individuals that we have worked with prior before the Yoruba Nation. This money will help us to set up our digital newsroom. What is the digital newsroom? Many people do not know that what we are doing right now is digital. Very, very digital. It's footprint. By the time I finish this program, I close it, I go and sleep, and the message is still traveling. Not everybody might say it, but what can we do to make sure that our digital newsroom can be improved? Our digital newsroom can compete with the ones that are operating against us, especially when they come out and say, how can the Nigerian military link us with the Boko Haram? You can see that that is just not right, because we have not committed any crime. We have not destroyed anything. All we have said is we want Yoruba nation, and the military is already saying, àwọn rí àwa àti Boko Haram àti Biafra àtàwọn tó ń jẹ epo. Ṣé èmi tẹ̀ rí epo jí? Àwọn tó tẹ̀ jẹ epo lówó lọ́wọ́ náà. Ẹ lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn middle belt, àwọn boys tó ń ṣe bọ́ńkìrì. Owó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn, owó burúkú wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Kò ń ṣe pé kò sí epo ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà táwa náà ní máa lọ tap. We haven't done all that. We haven't blown a pipeline. We haven't done any crime. We haven't committed any crime. And yet, the Nigerian military is linking us with the Boko Haram. Unbelievable. Koikimedia is also undergoing transformative upgrade. I'm trying to see Talomo Kasho Kontaman Lori BBC. I think they've put it down now after a lot of different accidents and different things. And I'm sure many of you that lives in UK, especially if you're a car lover, you must know that program. It's one of the finest program on BBC. Nipa Moto Loman Discourse. Do you know that to fund that project, BBC allocated for, I can't remember the name of the program. In the comment section. To fund that project is a lot of money that is needed. To fund that project. Mr. Alan Condi, thank you so much. I just cite you as well. It needs a lot of money. But eventually I think they pull it down because there was some accident and all kind of things as well. Thank you so much, Okoya, for allowing us to say, we have been here for 3 years now. Thank you so much for those of you that did not leave, because some people left along the line. But we hope that they can come back and continue to listen to the truth on this platform. This money will help us to set up our digital, Top Gear. And to bati with Top Gear, ni lui. Ajekwe she Carlover, like motto. Top Gear was one. Let me see if I can pull up something on Google. How much did Top Gear cost BBC? How much did the Top Gear make for the BBC? Okay, let's look at that first. Okay. Egboro Idada, thank you so much, Babami Larry Anyide, for bringing that up. I didn't remember the name anymore, but that's why we have people that are also Koikimedia staff, because any researcher. Because for me to come out, there's some few 1 or 2 people that will say, Mr. Koiki, but she feel life me say, and my back when my son come by, and then she come by the party while program, and then the one your mom, and my back being sir, and all kind of different things as well. Top Gear is the BBC biggest global brand. Anytime Mopa Media, right? £50,000 is a lot of money to a layman. But to me, it's just the beginning to see how far we can push. And I believe we can. Top Gear is the BBC biggest global brand with a sales of TV show. One TV series here. Àwa nísìn àti ta gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí Koikimedia ti ṣe láti 3 years. mo ti tà because it is not for sale yet. It is for the future. Bó ṣe wà níbí náà ló wà lórí archive. But is it possible to transform these back to Yoruba people? Ṣé believe pé a lè ṣe pé gbogbo content tèmi ti ṣe a ti ṣe rí? Èmi ni mo kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé à ń ṣe DVD àwọn programs wa. I'm sure some of you received the DVDs. Ẹ tó bá receive DVD nígbà yẹn ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section. Ìgbà tẹ́ dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú náà, I must trust ara wa. Gbogbo pé wọ́n ní wọ̀ gbọ́ngbà yẹn náà la fi bẹ̀rẹ̀. Mr. Koiki program tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí, àwọn èèyàn láti máa gbọ́mọ ní ẹ̀yìn. Àkílà máa ṣe nísìn. Bí ẹ tẹ́ bá wa ṣe sínú DVD. Kódà àwọn kan pè mí, wọ́n fi mọ bí ta ti ń print ẹ̀. Kẹ́ lè mọ how people are. Báwo ṣe máa sọ bí ta ti ń print àwọn náà fẹ́ ṣe irú ẹ̀. Ẹbí akẹ́bá sọ bí ta ti ń print, káwa náà lè lọ print níbẹ̀. Mo á ní mẹ́tẹ̀ ń dé pẹ̀lú. Èmi á sọ bí tèmi ti ń print. Kódà ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn kan pè mí pé ṣé mo lè sọ bí tí mo ti ń print ilé fáwọn. Do you understand? People are, àwọn kan pè mí pé Mr. Koiki, because quality eléyìí ẹ̀ lè bá nínú Nàìjíríà kò possible, but inú Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ mo ti ń print ẹ̀ lọ́ máa wá káàkiri. There were people that were calling me and I'm thinking, do you know the nature of what I carry? Ṣé ẹmọ tí mo gbé dání ṣá? Ṣé rò pé nǹkan tẹ́mi gbé dání eré ni mo gbé dání? Èmi ò gbé dání. Èmi á compromise ara mi torí pé mo fẹ́ satisfy ẹ̀yin. Kò ń ṣẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń listen nù, àwọn tó ń pè yẹn ní lẹ́yìn. Mr. Koiki, àwa náà fẹ́ ṣe irú ẹ̀. Ṣé lè sọ bí tí ẹ ti èmi Ọláyọmí Koiki? We started pushing even we did some field flash drive nígbà yẹn. Tẹ́ bá ṣì rí Dr. Aliu, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Dr. Aliu pé ṣé DVD ṣó dọ́dọ̀ wọn ní Kano? That is how far we sent it. Ó dé Kaduna, ó dé Sokoto, láwọn tí wọ́n request fún ká jẹ́ kó dọ́dọ̀ wọn. That was at the beginning of the movement. Níbi tí everybody know, it's good to duplicate, but do yours and let us continue to do mine. But nígbà tẹ́ bá ní, yìí tán ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn ò dá o. Lẹ má lọ ṣe tán ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn. That is the reason why there was delay in the message. So let's go back to Top Gear again. Top Gear is the BBC biggest global brand with the sales of TV show, DVDs, books, live show. Intern wo lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá dé stage kan tí Nàìjíríà bá tó di pé ó fẹ́ collapse, tí ABC News tó bá fẹ́ pick message mi tí mo ń ṣe live, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ sanwó fún mi. Kò ń ṣe pọ́kọ̀ máa gbé live program from Koikimedia. No, they're not going to do that. A jọ máa sign agreement. Bí a nígbà yẹn mi àti wà nísàlẹ̀, mo sọ fún yín pé òun ni stand by ní bag mi. Tó bá ní ó ti yá, èmi mo tẹ́kọ̀, mo ń bọ̀ nísàlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Òun ni ẹgbẹ́ mi ló wà lójọ́ àjọṣọ àjọ ń jí ni báàgì yẹn. Gbogbo tí mo need as a journalist ó wà nú ẹ̀. So that kí n má gbàgbé nǹkan kan ni mo ṣe kó síbẹ̀. Báàgì kan tí mo need nìyẹn. Mo need ẹrù tó pọ̀. So now ẹ wá imagine nígbà tó bá ń gbóná nísàlẹ̀ tá wà lórí M1. Tí ABC News bá fi pick signal látọ̀dọ̀ mi, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ san $1 million sínú àkáǹtì tí bá fún wọn. That is what BBC were doing with Top Gear. People were paying BBC for Moke Olakunle Okushe takuntakun. Mo dẹ̀ kí Sister Gbemileke kọ́lá túbọ̀ dúró tí wọ́n fún ọlọ́kàn balẹ̀. Àtẹ̀yà sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀. Top Gear wọ́n náà pawó fún BBC through TV show, DVDs, wọ́n tàwé, wọ́n tún ta live show and other merchandise to the worth of £50 million in a year. Mọ̀ tán pè ní media. ṣe rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní ká má kúrò ní Nàìjíríà tí a bá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ní rí owó gidi. Ritualist money tẹ́ ń wá yẹn is a waste of time. Owó ń bẹ nínú every sector of the world. And that is why I can present with so many opportunities. BBC program ẹyọ kan péré ó ń pa £50 million sterling ní ọkọ̀ ń ṣe náírà ó ń pa wọlé fún wọn. Ṣé Koikimedia náà lè ṣe débi pé tá bá dé ibi tí ẹ ká dé látara platform wa a máa pawó fún Yorùbá nation náà? Ó possible, but àwa kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ set up dáadáa, because tó bá ń wo Top Gear a máa wọ̀n ẹ́ pé àwọn tó ń ṣe gan sef kò rí wọn, because the presentation, the materials, the staff, the equipment, the logistics, and the travel around the world to present this program. Kò ń ṣe ní UK nìkan ló ti ń shoot. So it's just to tell you that, torí, I don't have to be explaining all this, but it is still part of the awareness as well, because tell me back, but kí ló tún fẹ́ fi £50,000 ṣe? Koikimedia fẹ́ fi ṣe a new project for this program of Koikimedia. So let's go back to what we are reading earlier. Tonight is more about that. I'm just going to add some other areas as we go along the line. And like I said, if you want to call in, you can also call into the program with the number that you all have in your hands. If we make sure we've not missed any call, because we missed calls yesterday when I said people should call in. So we're still good, and we are not too bad. We're just 1 hour, 36 minutes. Let's go back again. This money will help us to set up our digital newsroom. What do we mean by that? It will do a lot of work with the digital newsroom. Koikimedia is also undergoing a transformative upgrade. Tabakon Joko, Mufere program, Ewole, Asoro, Elo, nothing is going to be the same thing. They must be transformative, so that people that they present Yoruba Nation from, they're not just going to be seeing us as Kilotun Sambe, same thing also. No, there has to be some new things that can be added to what we are doing already that can then be better. That is part of the project we're trying to do as well. This modernization, Emi Okinshe NTA News, analog ni won, owo nbe lowo won wo ri lo. Temi ba ni iru owo to wa lowo NTA, ti ba ni half of it, kunku se adun ni gbogbo Nigeria ni kiakia. So we are not analog. This modernization includes a more intuitive interface, making it easier for our teams worldwide. I don't want our team to be showing you something and you can hardly see what they are showing you. Koiki, rí nǹkan táwọn ọmọ yẹn show, ọ̀rọ̀ tó dẹ̀ ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ da, gbọ́n kan tó ń sọ dáadáa. Ṣé mọ̀ pé it becomes fruitless. Wàhálà yẹn kọ́ mama já sásọ ni, because if my team are bringing messages and you cannot see, you cannot hear, or something is not right, it's a waste of time. That is why Top Gear was making £50 million for the BBC. We want more projects in our mission to uncover and report global issues. Your donation will go a long way. I am already thanking you in anticipation. So, like I said, that is about it. If you're coming across these in the next few days, in the next few weeks, which it will be there. I don't know how long it will take us to raise £50,000. It should have been long, but that will be subject to the public to decide. But we hope that you will dip your hands into the pocket and support these very magnificent projects that we're kicking start on this Koikimedia platform. So far, I will appreciate, I believe is a male, Mr. Olayinka Adigun. You've donated £25. We appreciate. We've seen anonymous. I think, sometimes GoFundMe might say, do you want to give tips? You don't have to. They will still be taking commission from this money. So you don't have to give them any tips. At the end of this fundraising, they will also have their own a cabo sorry to Mr. Kumi. I don't know my your commission thing. So the bank if you make a payment here, Tobani Shefe tips at that zero if money tips, oríṣiríṣi ọgbọ́n àwọn platforms lè máa ń dà wọ́n ṣì máa gbà lọ́wọ́ àwa wọ́n tún fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin kò necessary. So there's another anonymous. You can leave your name there and you can refuse to not want your name to be there. There's another anonymous, £10. Mr. Said, £10. And then there was another anonymous, which is my mom. I know that because my mom received the link to start with. She was the first person I sent the link to, and she donated her own £20. And I'm sure she will continue to donate as much as she can. So thank you so much. That is on that. Now, let's move back again to the UNPO. Many of you might not understand what is the UNPO. Bear with me. I'm going to switch because I want to send the link of these GoFundMe into the platforms that we are streaming from. And it'll be good that we have a phone that I can use. I won't be able to use this phone later to back up. So I'm going to go on the Instagram from here, and then we can switch. So come and bear with us. It's not going to be long. You're not going to miss anything. So I'm going to start it now, and this one will end. So let's start this and end this. So Mokibugwale can see, if you're new to the platform, this is self-determination campaign. And the only thing we are saying is that Nigeria is no longer working for me. It's not working for you. Why then must we keep Nigeria? Mukibabawa Kende Tajuddin, Honorable Adebanjo, Mukibabawa Lanre Jinodu, Mukiyin, Baba Babawa, Ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa tí ẹ ń bẹ lórí ètò náà, gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀, mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè, mo fi kí wa. So I'm going to push the link as well on the TikTok for the benefit of those of you on the TikTok. So I know we're live there. I hope I can see myself. No, wait. How do I see myself when I'm live? I don't know. I'm not very used to this TikTok. I know that I'm live, but I don't know where I'm going to be able to find, okay, live. So might be live to me daddy. Okay, I don't know. I should be able to see my life, is it? So why am I not saying it? I don't know. Could I be on other platforms? TikTok is a different thing entirely. So I'll just leave that for now. So we'll pin it to the other platforms as well. So, and then I'm going to talk about the other areas, especially what the military posted out. Okay. All right, so that is it for those of you who have posted that on the at the poster, sorry, Instagram, and then let's post it as well. And I think I can just pin it there, so it'll be easy for anybody to be able to see it. Yeah, I pin it there like that. Yeah, and then we do the same thing here. And then I'm going to pin it there as well. So that's it. So we're good to go. And hopefully I can start another platform here. Maybe Twitter. Let's see if we can get our Twitter in. Terrorists invaded Dubi district in the Shari area of Jos, killing 2 people. Fortunately, a local hunter also managed to gun down one of the attackers. That is how it's meant to be. Tọ́ba ti pa yín, àwọn ọlọ́dẹ tó wà ládùúgbò yẹn náà wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ take one out. But unfortunately, Buhari did not want that. Nígbà tó wà lórí oyè. I don't think Tinubu will do the same thing. Let's first quickly talk about the UNPO before we move straight into the next slide. UNPO is just the unrepresented nations and people's organization. Register. So let's start this. I gotta remove this. So I think the Twitter can go live now. So at least capture people there as well. Overview. The Yoruba people, we are numbered over 44 million. I know people always say, I need Brazil, I need this. Let's just stick to the one that we have in Nigeria. And I think I should not be putting this on. Let's change this cap and wear something different. Let's put on something different. So let's wear something different. And I'm later about to feel water. I want me to be sort of military. So yeah, let's wear something different. Thank you so much, Easy. We love you, we appreciate you. The Yoruba people number over 44 million, making them the largest homogeneous people in Africa. Sorry, yeah, I think you can see me much better. Like, I think I could manage to fix it in here. Those of you that are joining us on the Twitter, so that I am just right opposite you. So they will start joining and they want to know what I'm going to be talking about. I don't know why it's not sitting properly. It might be. Yeah, it's better that way. Yeah. I hope it doesn't fall down. Let's just leave it like that. Yeah. See if I can just. There might be no sorry go. I just want people to see me. So maybe I should put some water behind. So instability. Yeah. It's better. Koikimedia team to it is soon. I won't continue something. But there's a one wait about our program. Get those fresh out, make sure I share. The Yoruba people numbered over 44 million, making them the largest homogeneous people in Africa. The majority of this population is located in Nigeria, where the Yoruba make up about 15.5% of the country's population. According to the census in Nigeria, we are told that we are 30 million. That is more than enough to form a country. That is more than enough to say we want to pull out of Nigeria, but many Nigerians that are Yorubas do not agree that we should pull out. Not because of Bola Tinubu, because some of them think that we are better off in one uniform, we're better off in one block than to, divide the country. I don't know where they find their own reasons, but again, we cannot knock them off if that is what they believe. We just have to give them reasons why we think that we're better off to stay away from that brand called Nigeria, because Nigeria is a brand for not me and you. We are not going to make much out of Nigeria as the politicians that are controlled from outside Nigeria. So we are just like the, how do I want to put it? We are Nigerians that are second-class slavery. I'm happy that people are reaching out to me when they get to UK. But again, don't leave it too late when you get to UK. I got a call from someone that have just arrived again. I'm not going to go into all the details. One is Mr. Koiki, àwọn máa ń gbọ́ tẹ́ bá ń sọ pé ẹ̀ ń ṣe visa, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Mo ní ṣé kò sí. Wọ́n náà ti wà nínú ilé nísìnyí o, àwọn náà ṣẹ̀ dé ni. Mo ní ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo ní kílẹ̀, I always ask, irú visa ò lè fi wọlé. He told me the visa, it's just a visiting visa. He doesn't plan to go back. So I want to káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. He has a wife and children. Maybe if it's about make a decision for now, I don't see him leaving this country anytime soon. I'm not going to give a time frame, but it took me 15 years. I pray it doesn't take him that long before he gets his paper. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying now. This was a call from yesterday. He has just arrived in this country. What did my woman buy? What did my woman? He put the call to me. It was even a missed call. I returned it back. I returned the call. And now I take Monche visa, money Bernie. I don't do visa, but when you get to this country, with my little knowledge of living here for 2 decades, 25 years, I can tell you 1 or 2 things. I advised him, I'm not going to tell you what I told him is not for public consumption because I need it. But that is another slave that have just arrived in this country. And he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's happy with that because he can at least, hopefully, one day bring his children or send money to his loved one in Nigeria. You can see why we are saying that. I pray. I'm not one of those that will say don't travel to London, don't go to America, anywhere to even go to Ghana. As long as you are not in Nigeria, you are still going to be classified as a diaspora. Because how many of us will have to do that in the new world? When we are saying that Nigeria is not for us, many of you think that is because I am comfortable in my zone. That is why I'm saying that. But somebody have just left his comfort as well. If you think that Nigeria is comfortable, he has arrived in the UK. I'm not going to go into all much details. I have given him my own pure, honest advice in what he needs to do quickly. Like I said, he's not going back home. London tí Obesere fi kọrin yẹn London láwa I feel alright bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo àjọ máa feel alright ní London ni ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Keep coming. Let us now walk towards getting our own back. Let us continue to drive ourselves out of the territorial ground that belongs to us. The Fulanis are not going to travel out of Nigeria. They are not. They are not interested to come to Europe because their lifestyle is not going to fit with the lifestyle in the European countries, in Asia, or wherever they plan to go. Maybe few of them that are probably sound and they've not lived in the forest for too long. They've now lived with us. They are selling suya, and you thought you should take him to abroad because he has done fantastically well for you while you are abroad. He will look after your house. And they abroad, travel because travel. He might. But majority of these criminals, they are not interested. Thank you so much watching me all the way in Canada, British Columbia, Canada. Eshegoni, Mr. Joseph, Shonde. Shatibawa, that's all of Gofundme that set up now. Thank you so much. Yes, Godwin Ubaja say, freedom fighter don't sleep. And he's right, even though I said the same thing to my wife. I say, soldier know they sleep, but I lie you. Soldier they sleep. Shaking to Tessin Loju, because I'm going into the military and everything. So, tonight is all about transformative. So, I'm not losing in case you're wondering why all this transformative tonight, it's just because I want to look different throughout the program and also appreciate Easy Dollar, Egbomi Atata, because only Mr. Koiki, into Obasha to support what need transform RSC, or not need the shake over transformative. And these are all the shit all reason why Nigeria continue to threaten you. Okay? The general, the general, the media commandant. Okay? Many of you, like I was saying earlier, might probably not understand that the Western agenda is to make sure that we see our own territory that has been given to us by our own gods as rubbish. We have now seen it as a threat to us because of the Bororo, the Fulani terrorists that are operating. And they're operating that I am now seeing Tinubu is already losing it, because I read from, I don't know whether it's true or false. I'm going to go to a guy on Twitter, which is also called X. You know, different people have different source to information. 99 oppressed, I think is the guy called. Yeah, 99% oppressed. I do follow him back to back. And he's doing very well. He has about over 200,000 followers on Twitter. He posted something 6 hours ago. But let me first tell you what he posted on the 28th of May this year. That was exactly 24 hours. Koto di pe Tinubu the president officially. He posted it at about 9 p.m. local time. I always tell you, it is important. Mokegbomi did real norm. Gofundme and donate for the project Koikimedia, £50,000. Link here low and happy New Year in advance. Eko bawa bowole ke ina bawa fi $1 in sibe. We need 50,000 people to put their $1 there. It will go a long way. 99% of press, also called Pedo Nigeria, is a strong activist, and he has a lot of information that sometimes, you know, you can read it and say, what's going on near says. He posted something 28th of May about May 16, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. In 7 months, it has generated about 439,000 views. What did he posted? When we talk about the agenda of Fulanization in Nigeria, many Yoruba people are going to go me the real now. Link and link mofi pin in case they want, and it's going to be shared continuously every day until we reach the target of £50,000. He said, and I quote, "My brothers in Benue State, my brothers in Plateau State, my brothers in Kaduna State, my brothers in Ondo State, please be extra vigilant." Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an open platform. Anybody can donate as minimum of $1, you know, and if you have extra to donate, it's fine. So that's why it's a GoFundMe, you know, and you can also request your money back if you're not satisfied that you probably did a mistake. But we need 50,000 people to give us that $1 if it is going to be quicker. If not, we need just strong people to say, Koikimedia will sort it out within 1 month. Guard your villages and be alert. That was Pilado posting these on the 28th of May. And he says, to finish it up, just a word of advice. So what has happened in 7 months after that? We are now seeing the Nigerian military linking Yoruba Nation campaigners and the Biafrans with the Boko Haram. One hour Nigeria. I'm going to read that from Sarah Reporter, and so many other news networks have picked it as well, and media. Now, Pilado now reminded us of this post, Timoka. Kilofi reminded, he now posted something again. He says, and I quote, the 28th of May 2023, just a day before President Bola Tinubu was undeservedly sworn in, I warned. We are warning the Yoruba people now. They are saying, Efuasile, Ejeki, Oma Ripwa, Ejekoma Power, Ejekoma by economy waje. Let me pick what my brother there, Godwin Ubaja, say. The Fulanis you see in Europe are those sponsored by the Nigerian government or those working under the Nigerian government, an ordinary Fulani man cannot spend his money to travel abroad without the government money. This is another fact that you cannot throw away. And those are the ones that also control me and you from outside. If you're saying you disagree with that, go to the Nigerian High Commission, wherever you are around the world, and see if you can have access to it. I know of a particular country, but for security reasons of those, it's not UK and it's not America, but because of those that are still making use of them in that country, also for me, there is evidence. These are young Fulani guys that have taken over that embassy. They work there, they've turned it into a money-making machine. But the Nigerians in that country, like I said, I'm not going to compromise those Nigerians because a lot of them still need those services. They have no other choice than to pay these young Fulani boys. I hope Tinubu will be able to do transformation across Nigerian embassy by the time he starts appointing those that will be appointed. Again, it will play the nepotism card. There's no doubt about it in my mind. It will favor Yoruba more than the Igbos and the Hausas and the rest. But will they be able to control the demonic activities that is happening across all these embassies? Like I said, these particular young boys will fly from their country and they will watch Premier League and they will return back on a very, very exclusive. Mukiyawa Iyola Adedoye Kabo Surieto. If you're coming in, we're raising £50,000 for the Koikimedia 2024 project. So Pilado says that he warned us on the 28th. Did we heed to the warning? In Jagba warning here, did we take it on board? Or did we just say, just as I'm talking every day, other medias are talking every day, Biafrans are talking, they are pushing, but the Yorubas are just saying, Koiki, I listen to some, our Yoruba brothers, and Shisha from APC, and Shisha from PDP, yet they keep killing themselves. That is not politics anymore. You are now becoming a weapon against yourself, while the big politicians, I'm sure some of you have seen the video, I posted it on Instagram. Ashiwaju, I told you, is a deadly man. It will kill you for anything. Take that to the market, whether you believe me or not. It is not defamation of character. It is a fact. Because these young men, they are not implicating themselves. They are working for Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they are killing each other in Lagos State. And you are telling me that Ashiwaju does not know about it? You must be crazy if you're coming up to tell me that he doesn't know about it. Because the video that on trend, I posted it, is on my Instagram. And I believe I posted it on my TikTok. These young men, they are not young men, they are old men. They are working for Ashiwaju and they are deadly and they are killing each other. That means Ashiwaju himself is a killer as far as I'm concerned. But we don't take warning until Toba Dodo Bubuwaton, Ewamani, Kilo Shele. We are warning everybody now that there is evidence. Easy to laugh. Ashiwaju is a dead man. I'm sure some Yoruba people don't like when I talk like that because they're like, Koiki Shesuruk when Ashiwaju. I don't care, as far as I'm concerned, Ashiwaju is a dead man, just like Eze, and the Biafra hate Ashiwaju so much that, sometimes when they hear Yoruba man talk like this, this is the kind of one we would like. We don't like the one like Adeyinka grandson where they support Ashiwaju. And Mayegun as well doesn't support Ashiwaju. And me and Mayegun will be Omojebu Kono. So you understand. Let it be known that at the highest level of the Fulani decision, this is the area I want us to hold on to. Was there any arrangement by the Fulani and Ashiwaju to say, we will allow you to be the president, but we will also disturb you along the line? I don't know. I don't have that evidence. But what Pilado is saying here right now, I hope my heart, you can still see my face. Do you like it? Do you love the texture? It's very nice, like the cowboy. Let it be known that at the highest level of the Fulani decision making, that word at the highest level, is it the El Rufai level? Is it the Ganduje level? Remember that they brought in the same terrorists that are now disturbing every one of us, killing us, but they are not killing Dangote businesses. I'm sure some of you don't know that. Dangote businesses is still striving. BUA businesses are still striving. No Fulani terrorist is disturbing their own business economic-wise, but they are disturbing our own economic-wise in the Yoruba territory and in the other part of Nigeria from the Middle Belt to the southeast. Mr. Shomer Funsokwe, is the Western agenda that is asking you to buy guns. They are the ones asking Nigeria to split. Okay, maybe that's what you think. You think it's the Western agenda that they're telling us to split. You probably don't know your real identity, and that's why you're talking like that. I pray one day you will understand that your identity is much valuable than Nigeria. So if it's the Western agenda, at least it was the Western agenda that kept us together. But I hope that you will think otherwise, and you will not be thinking that it is the Western agenda that is asking you. Well, you probably don't know your history. So let's continue. Let it be known that at the highest level of the Fulani decision-making body, these mass killings of Christians. Thank you so much, Yola Didon. He says, I've done my own part. Thank you so much. We appreciate. The highest level of Fulani decision-making body, this mass killing of Christians and the ransacking of their villages in the north is fully approved. For me, Godwin say grandson is paying the price now. Grandson's case is a marital affair case. You know, I'm sure there were some utterances that he was speaking that got to do with, you know, chemical weapons and all that, but it was more between grandson and the wife, from what I heard, or the ex-wife. Now, let's come back again. We have the largest homogeneous people in Africa. We are the majority of about 40 million. Majority in Nigeria, Yoruba make up about 15.5% of the country population. Why are we trying to split? Somebody said it's the Western agenda that is pushing us to break Nigeria. Well, it's the Western agenda that developed Nigeria, I mean, that merged it together. So if they have even the one pushing me, is it not worth it? Because the amalgamation, many of us now, tomorrow, today is Sunday, right? 31st. By 1st of January, do you know that Nigeria will be 110 years old? According to the fraudulent amalgamation. Nigeria might be 110 years old on the 1st of January, 2024. So every time you witness 1st of January, that is your real date of birth, the fake one. So the independence that we celebrate 9 months later is just a fraud itself. I hope you're listening. The Western agenda is okay for me to look like this and move around like this because it means nothing. But it is a different ball game in African countries. Why? Because the way it has been set up, the foundation is faulty, and you cannot fix anything that the foundation is faulty. You got to pull it down completely. And the first thing you have to do is to dissolve the 1999 fraudulent constitution. The constitution of Nigeria as it stands today, Bola Tinubu, the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will not be able to do anything to rectify the damage, the danger that is currently being done on many Nigerians. So even if you say you don't want Nigeria to split, let us pull down the 1999 constitution and then we write a brand new constitution. I am not talking about the fraudulent amendment. You cannot amend anything that is not well developed. It's the same thing. You want us to continue to manage the country called Nigeria when the foundation has been faulty from the day one. So tomorrow, as you know, they pray for your church, blah, 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 for the mosque. I have my team that are ready. They're going to be in different church. They're going to be on the Muslim ground. We do everything. I am on my issue, okay? and I am Omo Jesu, and I am Omo Muhammad. I do the 3 in 1. I am 40 years old. I have gone past where religion can be used to block my views. I love religion as it is, but I will take what belongs to me first, that my great-great-grandfathers were using, and that would have been the best for us. But that doesn't condemn the other religion. So as many of you will start celebrating, because I'm already celebrating my new year tonight, but many of you are waiting for the 4th. The Chinese do not support that. They have their own new year that they celebrate. And I'm going to be at the Chinese town or Chinatown in central London when they're doing their new year, and you will see their festival. That is what the Yoruba should be doing. We should not go in accordance with the calendar of the world. We should have our own different calendar. We should have our own different ways of life. But again, we have been told that Nigeria is for us, and that is what you have been saving for a very long time. So in 24 hours, it is just 2:30. What, in less than 48 hours, everybody will be saying Happy New Year. Well, there's nothing Happy New Year in Nigeria. It is one of the most selfish country that was put together for the interest, the mutual interest of British government or the British Empire or the British ruler or the colonial as at the time. Let's come back again. Why do we want Yoruba nation? Do we have the requirement? Because anything in life, you have to ask, do we have the requirement? Do we have what it takes to set up a new country? What you need to set up a country, you must have the people. You must have your land. Those are the first 2 requirements. And I can tell you that. Let's look at what BBC said. How to set up a country. Let's look at it. Along with recognition, which is the key, we have told you there is no Yoruba country right now because it is not yet in any part of the world that Yoruba is a country as a stand. But there has always been a Yoruba or Oduduwa kingdom during the era before the colonial ruler came in. That is when we were known as our own independent sovereign nation. But tonight, Nigeria still exists. I saw the American embassy talking about what they've done in 2023 and what they plan to do in 2024. Hopefully, if you think that America is going to let Nigeria to dissolve, you will wait forever. Maybe if the government change, right now the government of Joe Biden does not see Nigeria to be dissolved. But during the Soviet Union, the then Bush Senior, and when I say Bush Senior, some of you know I'm not talking about George Bush, he supported, allowed a free dissolution of the Soviet Union. They did not intervene. Maybe if the government changed in America, Mukiyawa Elizabeth Adesonya, I spot you and I will say good morning and welcome, Grandma. Mr. Agbaje Wasiu, say good morning and Happy New Year in advance to you as well. If you think that Joe Biden, the current American president, is going to allow the breakup of Nigeria, you will live there till thy kingdom come. If the government change and is no longer Joe Biden, the new government might decide a free fall and they allow Nigeria to dissolve, and there's nothing Nigeria government can do. If we have a country like America to endorse such, it will be very, very easy because they are much powerful to hold the gauge or the throat of Bola Tinubu. Right now, they're even holding him anyway. Tinubu balls is in the hands of America. Tinubu balls is in the hands of France and Germany and Russia. I mean, probably, UK. But we need a country that can easily stand and say, fact, let everybody go their separate ways. But no country around the world today is going to come out and say, we are in support of Biafra. They are not. But the moment Biafra hit the ground running and fight with weapon to the federal government security, which is currently happening, whether you believe it or not. Good evening, TJ Baba, and welcome to the program. As I speak to you tonight, I dare bet that the Nigerian military will never enter certain places in the southeast. There will be fight between them and the Biafra Liberation Army. They will fight. The Biafra Liberation Army are no longer talking about self-determination with words. They are now talking about self-determination to defend themselves. They are not fighting to kill the Nigerian military, but they are defending their territory against the invasion of the compromised Nigeria bloody military that have decided to use camouflage like these, where Fulani terrorists are putting it on, and they are using that to kill innocent Biafrans or those that refuse to be called Biafrans, Igbos. This is where Simon Ekpa continues to become a big problem to them, because Simon Ekpa has done a lot of education to his people. They are no longer in that era anymore. They are no longer talking. They are now defending themselves. I've just watched a couple of videos of Nnamdi Kanu, and I guess I have one, if I'm right, that I can play to us. I don't know whether I downloaded that. There was a particular one I saw from, Simon Ekpa yesterday. Another very powerful one coming out again from our brother, Nnamdi Kanu. If I don't have it tonight, I'll probably have it tomorrow. But I believe we downloaded one that I can play from here. See, by the time we're back fully, all these will be in the software and it'll be easy for me to play it. But if I can't find it, I'll probably just allow that to pass. But what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is that if anybody thinks that they are joking, they are very angry. They are serious. And that is why the Biafrans are saving money to buy weapons. There's nothing wrong to buy weapons, because you need that to defend yourself against people that are putting on these camouflage. And you would think that they are Nigerian military. These are full-blown Fulani terrorists that have invaded the Nigerian military and putting on this same outfit to come and kill people in the southeast. That is the difference between our own campaign and the Biafrans. We are not there yet when it comes to the weapon to defend ourselves. What we have been doing is to continue to enlighten, educate, and bring the awareness and the conscious mind of the Yoruba people that we are in danger. Many Yoruba people do not believe that they are in danger because they are watching Linda Ikeji. That is just another gossip platform that is making money. They are going to watch Dele Momodu's page that shows us the rich and the elite of the Yorubas are enjoying life. Oni of Ife, Kabisi, was somewhere enjoying life in a wedding when our people are suffering and crying. Whether Oni of Ife or Jaja II is speaking to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu about the current state of things in Yoruba land, I don't know. But as you are all watching all these platforms, you think that this platform cares about self-determination like me. They don't care. Linda Ikeji will continue to buy brand new Range Rover and push it to your eyes, because for Linda Ikeji to post anything that is not the one that they are posting, they have to pay for it. It's not free. I am posting everything. I don't get paid for that. That is why we are also raising 50,000 pounds. Gist Lover is making about 30 million naira almost every month. Maybe some of you don't know that. I'm telling you. But they are not interested to the dissolution of Nigeria. They are doing their own thing, because as far as they're concerned, my job is to tell them that yes, you can still do the same Gist Lover in a Biafra country, in a Yoruba country, in an Arewa country. But everybody loves the way, the magnitude of madness, because Nigeria is a mad country. As it stands tonight, look at the Yoruba people that say that they are killing themselves. And if Nigeria is not a mad country, it is not a society where you should kill yourself because of politics. Because politics is only where the money is presently in Nigeria. So that is why it's a do or die affair. One man should buy. In UK, it is not do or die affair. You are there to serve the people. That is what we want to see in a new Yoruba country. If you're expecting that to happen in Nigeria, you will wait, and nothing is going to happen. So, as many of you want the Yoruba to go into the armed struggle with the federal government, it's not going to happen because we are not there yet. We can lament, we can talk about action. The only action we can do now is to increase the capacity to bring the conscious mind of the dead Yoruba people's brain and let them know that the fact is that Yoruba is shoriri tabashiwa nínú Nigeria kò ṣe pé. I listen to many prophets when they are doing their program. As a lot of time I say amen. But inside me, I know that you are saying we should pray. As I speak to you tonight, the whole of Yoruba land is in pure darkness. There is no production that is happening, probably maybe one or two places that are just producing small quantity that cannot feed the whole of Oyo State. We are still running everything in analog. Go and look at the backup channel of Koikimedia, WD76. Moribo Shenshe, certain things in production wise. If we are there, that should be in large scale, not even in any small scale anymore. We should have those factories, doing LAFO for us and then packaging it quickly and then, moving it into the containers. India will kill anybody that stop their ship from moving through the Red Sea. You know why? They are talking about $200 billion worth of goods. They will kill anybody. But the Yemeni are saying that we would also attack anybody, especially if we find out that this ship has any link to Israel. The Red Sea is very hot, extremely hot. What we are saying is that if the Yoruba people think that you have the weapon to fight, we don't have any weapon to fight any shit, don't think on Nigeria, because we have not got to that stage yet. Nnamdi Kanu was able to convince the Biafrans that the only option for them to be able to be successful is to pull out of Nigeria. An average businessman wanted to travel from Abuja to his own town. He needed about almost 40 security to travel with him, because the unknown gunman is by Hope Uzodinma and all these fraudulent foster governors. I saw Okorocha on Instagram and I was just laughing. Even a handshake our own Ooni of Ife. Go and look at the video. Sometimes you ask yourself, how did we have all these royal institutions that just keep going to one party or the other? Or maybe because we are just in the new generation. Because Okorocha was giving Ooni of Ife a close handshake. The same Okorocha that is as criminal. Remember, he was lying down when EFCC came to his house. Go and look at the video on his page. He just posted it yesterday. Ooni of Ife lele. Ooni of Ife lele. And this is, I don't think I saw Shiju Ade like that. They actually had any social media. But today we have our Ooni of Ife moving from one party to the other. I don't know why. But if any Yoruba person think that you have a weapon to fight the federal government, you don't have any weapon. But we have the Igboya, Tomo Yoruba ni, to defend and attack when the right time comes. But you can't attack something that when people are saying, we don't even understand it, then Jafun. Somebody have just accused us tonight that we are working on behalf of the Western agenda to split Nigeria. I said, well, the Western agenda was the one that created Nigeria. So even if they are paying me to dissolve Nigeria, is that not even in the best interest of you all? Because about the 1st of January, Happy New Year, in what the British created. When they were creating it, war, Difa, war with Jesus Christ, war with Anobi Muhammad. And yet, every single sons and daughters of Yorubas are fighting themselves for the same religion that was not consulted when they were creating this fraudulent monster country called Nigeria. No, they didn't call any religious body. Nobody sat down and say, Eshi, Bibeli, Kaka, Yasin, Ka Tefa, Ka Shetutu, Kaka Kurusiu, nígbà tó fẹ́ dá Nigeria sílẹ̀. All they did was, maybe after tí Lugard àti girlfriend ẹ̀ tó bára wọn sùn tán tó ṣe kíbọ̀rọ̀kì nínú yàrá kan, wọ́n wá jí láàárọ̀, wọ́n wá wò ta, wọ́n wò ẹ̀gbẹ́, wọ́n wò sí, wọ́n rómi. May we call this place Niger area. And that is exactly how you are still supporting that agenda. We don't know before. I don't know before to this extent. But now that we know, why are we still trying to defend this madness? Because the madness no longer in Nigeria, it will continue if we do not dissolve it. Some of you have even said that. Again, we are doing the wrap-up of the final year. You know, I told you, in the new year, it will be something different. But because we are currently towards the end of the year, in this month, we are just doing summary of this madness called Nigeria. Many of you will never agree because you have ate and drank Fulani Fura. So your conscious mind cannot see anything. TJ Baba sent me a video. And what the West have done is that they've created a lot of proxies. As I am talking now, they are also creating proxies to come and say, go there and say, Irolompa, Oleni, Jagudani, Inton Sonye, Gole possible. This is well crafted by the Western media and the Western agenda. They are good at that. They have all the resources in their hands. But how do we change the narratives? This is where we come in. I could have gone back and sleep and decide that, I care less. But the reason why we are also still awake is because CNN is not sleeping. Do you know that CNN is not sleeping? They are 24 hours. So even the little period that Koikim the same thing, so that by the time Tebi Mati Shetan, ni ago meta Timulosun, Elomi atugbe program, Asheti di aro, Elomi agbe. But all these platforms that I talked about, they will never want the dissolution of Nigeria. Nigeria is too big, is monster. Don't be deceived by Nigerians outside saying that Tinubu has the key. He has the kokoro. He doesn't have any kokoro kokon. Tinubu is just one another Buhari. The difference is we have not seen the body double of Tinubu, but we say Buhari is either dead or alive because I don't know whether that is the true Buhari. And I cannot live in this world today and think that they cannot manipulate and bring somebody that calls Buhari. It has been done in the world. If they can kill Delegiwa in the 80s with a letter bomb, they can do a double body for Buhari. So as we are ready to end the program, I'm not going to go into the 3 hours. Let me remind you again that the GoFundMe that we set up, which is the reason why we have done this program, is to say that a launching of a GoFundMe has happened. Again, I'm coming. Let's do the final transformation, and then we will then say a very thank you to every one of you that have joined us tonight. The Koikimedia team, we are ready for 2024. Are you ready with us? Will you be doing your own part so that we can push the Koikimedia forward? If you're not thank you so much. I'm going to Mr. Solomon Adedoyi. 20 pounds was sent into the GoFundMe. As I speak to you right now, we have raised 135 pounds out of the 50,000. Let's use the last 30 minutes to raise money. Do we agree with that? Who is going to send the next $1? Nobody's talking. Who's going to send the next £1? All I just have to do is say, Koiki, I need the link, or I'll pay mine at a convenient time. 6 people have donated. I'm sure there are more than 6 people that are watching from around the world. Okay, somebody's just asking the link. Let me see how I can bring the link to TikTok. So I'm going to come out of TikTok and come back in. That's the only way. So for me, a few minutes. Let's get the next half an hour to raise money. So Koikimedia, £50,000 project. So TikTok, I've just asked me to send the link, and I'm back on TikTok. So let me now share the link in the comment section. And I'm going to be taking, let me post it now. Oh, TikTok is accessing, oh, character is too long. Okay, it says my character is too long. Let me work on it, 1 minute. Let's come back again. It says my character is too long. Why is the character too long? I don't know. But let's see if I can reduce the character. So I'm going to take all this out. So let me just take it from here. So I'm going to remove some stuff there. And then we're just going to say Koiki needs you all. So let's do this for you. So let's try it again. Let's go back on TikTok. All right, let's come back to TikTok. Let's come back to TikTok. I'm back to TikTok again. Comment. Post. Okay, it's better now. Yeah. So that's the link there. That's the link. So, and I'm going to read comments. 2023. We're still going to review 2023, but it's not going to be tonight. I'm going to review 2023, but Kunshale, I got to review. If somebody asks you 2023 Nigeria, I picked something from Hosseini Rufai as well. He talked about 2023, and let me go on his page. I'm sure you all know Hosseini Rufai. Thank you so much, TJ. Like I said, I'll be doing more refresh to see how many people are still supporting that link. If you need a link, and like I said, you don't have to give any tips to Gofundme. I will still be paying some commission after the total evaluation of whatever comes in when we are going to, so they'll still take commission. So if you're making your donation, you can omit the section that says, do you want to give tips? You are not in the restaurant, you don't have to give them any tips. So for those of us that are asking for the link, Omo Yoruba for Life, say good morning to all in the house and the White Lion himself. Thanks for the job you are doing. Edidimari will continue to strengthen you. We will donate. I trust every single followers. Even if you can't do it tonight, I'm sure you will all be doing it, because the money is not going to be pulled out until the figure that I need is there. So we're not going to pull the money out. It will be there. I want to just see that it grows every day. So I'm sure it will grow as long as we continue to support it. So let's go and look at Hosseini Rufai. It's one of the media for the Arise. There's something he posted. Are Nigerians hungry? Yes or no? Shebing Pangwan Nigerians, yes or no? You can put it in the comment section. According to many people say yes, 83.5%. People say they are not hungry. Wow. I love Nigerians. In the midst of hunger, some people say, quiet, Hosseini Rufai. Who tell you say we are hungry? Quiet, Koiki. Who told you that we want you to come and tell us to break? I am not here to control anybody. Once again, thank you to my beautiful mother, and thank you so much to all the followers of Koikimedia. If I don't have the time to come out tomorrow, I'm already wishing you a Happy New Year in advance. Maybe I might be coming out again on the 1st. I believe Babakinto is speaking to every one of us on the 1st of January, and I'll be doing the transmission of that, and we'll do a review of that. Bishop Adeshina wants to give about 5 people equivalent of 7,000 naira on Ruba. Hopefully we might do that. We should have done it on Boxing Day, but I was too busy, and I just hope that we can do that on the 1st. So you have to have a Ruba wallet. So equivalent of 7,000 naira. I think he wants to say 5 people either that call into the program or something like that. So I'm going to speak to him again. Hosseini Rufai also says, I pray your eyes will all open in 2024. That is where Koikimedia is coming in. I will have to make sure pé ojú yín là ní 2024. Kò ń ṣe kójú àwọn kan ìtì là, but when I have my statistics telling me that Koiki is not a very good one, 18 to 24 people are not, 18 to 24 years old are not listening to you. Only 2.9% of them. That is not good for me. That is not it. So now I am being challenged, but I cannot review it until a year. I need 1 year to be able to know that whether we are able, to increase the capacity of people between the 18 to 24. These are people that were born in 1999. These are the people that wants to enjoy life, but you are being suppressed, subjugated, marginalized by the corrupt politicians that knew that you were born as at the time that Nigeria went back to democracy. Tinubu ran out of Nigeria. He lived in UK, Milton Keynes, precisely from what I was told. For 4 years, he went back to Nigeria, set up Alphabeta, decided to become the Jagaban, used the Lagos state money because Tinubu didn't have any money again after he left Nigeria. Even if he had some savings there and there, he must have exhausted it. Especially, I don't think he was working in London, so he must have been spending the little money that he had with him, or probably people that were funding him. But when he went back, he became the governor, and you know what that means? He was able to make himself very powerful. But today, the same Tinubu is telling those that were born in 1999 that Nigeria will be great. You're crazy. I'm sorry to use the word. You will never see the greatness of Nigeria. You are all living in illusion. ILUSION. You're living in illusion. Nothing will make the impact, because the impact that any of you is looking forward to has been stopped by the fraudulent 1999 1999 constitution. The Nigerian current constitution does not apply to the elite, the rich. If anything happened today in Nigeria and it involves any elite, they are not going to sleep in the police station. And if they tell you that they're sleeping in the police station, just ask which of the police station. Where is the minor gate? Many people say it's in the prison. I don't think so. The man is just too fat to live in the prison. He will probably still be living in one air-conditioned room, use money to support himself. They might even put him in a house and say, Baba, don't come out. If you need women, they'll come out here. If you need food, if you need anything, and the wife will come, the children will come, girlfriend will come, and they'll put one security there, and he will not go out of the house. And they can even sneak him out in the night when nobody knows. There's a lot of shenanigans that is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is just as lawless. And many people that were born in 1999, and not been in 1999, your expectation to Nigeria is like I said, there will be series coming up in January. You will cry for one of our father, PhD holder. 22 years he served Nigeria. He's back here in UK. He's been here for over a decade. Everything he did for Nigeria, he was not paid 1 penny. Not me. We're working on that series. It might be live, it might be recorded. We will see. It's not going to be a one-day program with him. It will be probably 1 or 2 in a month. You will cry for this man. So it was not been in 1999. You have not even served Nigeria yet. You are just less than 24 years old. Babai had his PhD in London, in UK rather, in 1981. I'll tell you the state when we meet him. One of the states that are very, very powerful and brilliant in mathematics. You will cry for him. When I saw him, it's like either he's alive or he's dead. Koikimedia. He's lost it completely. And Tebale now, Tiwani, the same kind of situation. Let us document you now before you die. Ekwewa. Tebawa lo not to Jin. Tali wasodoyi because in UK. We can do the recording that we can then, You know, ìtẹ́bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká gbọ́, ẹ lè sọ fún wa. Ìtẹ́bá fẹ́ ká gbọ́, ẹ ní jẹ́ ká share pẹ̀lú public. You will cry for this man. I pity a lot of Nigerians that are trying to save Nigeria. These are people that wanted to save Nigeria. 22 years in service. He left with nothing. But I'll leave it like that. He's there in UK. We'll fix the date for January. I'll let you know when exactly in January. Bento Simola, you know, PhD holder. I'm not talking about PhD where they give people, because people are buying PhD, people they give them as honorable. These ones, as at 1981, there is no laptop. Think of that. A Yoruba man, well studied to that level in UK. Now, me, if I get cold now, I go turn my heater, it go do everywhere go warm. As at that time, they were not using central heating to some extent. 1981 in UK, the weather was very, very bad. And imagine to study and then return back to Nigeria because you want to serve your father's land. And those, or the person that kept him in where he is today, do you know that he has even died? I'll leave it for now for like that. You pity the man when you hear his story. A story that is well touching. I cried inside. I couldn't cry outside when I met him. But I felt his pain. He should never be in this country. Even if he was still a one Nigeria, which he's not, he should never be in this country. I pity a lot of you. Continue to say they play, they joke. These are people that serve Nigeria. You have not even served Nigeria. Nigeria has not even served you. That is the situation room that Nigeria is right now. Nobody. Showore knows that nobody can fix Nigeria, just like many people knows. But those that are living in denial are just those that just want to caricature in the market with the current government. And I say to you, enjoy Abuja for the next 4 years. If you get another 4 years, fine. If Nigeria has not gone into a very, very disorganized anarchy stage, I don't know. Nobody knows tomorrow. The chances that people will come out and rise up is still very, very slim, especially in the southwest of Yoruba land. Many of you are very comfortable with your poverty level. Some of you say we should come back and fight along with you. Go watch my video I posted that happened in London. I don't want to elaborate on it too much. I don't know what was the details behind it. But in Camberwell yesterday, things were very, very ugly. The police could not contain it for some time. They asked for reinforcement. This is a civilized society. Some people stood out against the authority. You are waiting. I don't know for who. You're waiting for Igbo. You're waiting for Koikimedia. I pray it will not be too late. Thank you so much, Milano. Thank you so much, Mr. Fab. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, if you have not, heard about our GoFundMe, I'm going to read it one more time. I want to make sure that this program doesn't go even close to 3 hours. Because why? When it goes over 3 hours, I can't post it on Twitter. And I'm not live on Twitter as well. So, well, I mean, I'm live anyway. But I love to post the full video on Twitter. But we're live on Twitter, which is very good tonight. Mr. Gbaje said, we are the one to fight dirty, to break up the shithole. And that is the right word. I've put the link out there. Let me put it out again. I did already. I know. And the link will be posted continuously as we continue. So that's the link there. Oh, I didn't pin it. That's why. Oh, couldn't pin the link. Okay. TikTok is a very different platform. But if you go on, like I said, you don't have to give them any tips. I will still have to pay them towards the end. Egbomi Triple DRS, good morning. And today is Sunday, is a happy Sunday and a very happy birthday to One of our grandmothers, she'll be celebrating her 80 today. I wish you happy birthday, Alaja Adeyeye, and all your friends that will be attending the event later on today. We pray for you from this platform. She's a very strong supporter. She has traveled to Nigeria back to back on Yoruba Nation movement. She came to Nigeria purposely to do rally with us in Soka in 2021. She has produced nothing less than, I don't know estimate, but not to bring it too much, about 50,000 of these for free. Nobody has given her money. Over 50,000 pieces of these, if not more. And she's still spending. She's celebrating her birthday. You can help us to say happy birthday to Alaja Adeyeye and to all the Nigerian Muslim Association, your friends and family that will be attending the event later on this afternoon. We're looking forward to seeing many of them. If we don't fight dirty, we cannot free ourselves. Yes, it is good to prepare the mind. Most of you want us to push like the Biafra. No, the Biafrans are already ahead of the game because they've witnessed one before in the 67 during the Civil War. This time around is a different thing entirely. They are donating. Yeah, even I've been told that it's more than 50,000 pieces. Yeah, I just estimated it, but I know she's done more than that since 3 years now. And she continued to reproduce and reproduce and reproduce. And it comes with the tag. And it's a clear message. We must be free, one people, one culture, one language. Yoruba Nini, Omoluabi, Yoruba Nation, we stand. And it gives reason why we have to go out of Nigeria. Yoruba Freedom Now, Oduduwa Nation, we stand. Yoruba over 60 million. It is better to face ourselves. Let's face ourselves than try to have the Igbos with us, the Hausa with us, and the other different indigenous people. We are not tribes. Never use the word Yoruba tribe. That is what the British colonial rulers wanted to be putting in our face. Yorubas are not tribes, okay? Reasons for us to exit. Now that they say that we have Yoruba president, I don't think he has any iota of truth in him. But Yoruba indigenous people was a nation and a country before the 1914 amalgamation. Nigeria was forced upon us over 110 years because it will be 110 years exactly on the 1st of January. That was when they amalgamated Nigeria. Many of you don't even know that. There's increase on terrorism and the banditry, killings, raping, kidnap, racial abuse to our sisters, fathers from their farmland. Fulanis are enslaving us in our land. Some of you say it's not happening because you are not seeing it in Lagos, but all the guys selling suya, they are ready to put the dagger in your chest when they call them to fight. They are sleeper cells. We might not have seen them before like that. These are not Hausas, these are Fulanis. When people that commit terrorism as well, they are sleeper cell. The UK could not stop the July 6 bombing in UK, even though these are people that were living with us. They were sleeping with people. They were going to schools. They were going to work. They traveled out of the UK. They have a British passport. They went out. They got training, and they bombed this country. And that was the closest that this, the MI5 could not understand. Some of them, they knew them, but they let them slip out of the bag. UK will not want such to be repeated again. So when some of you are saying that, well, where is the Fulani taking your land? Well, it will happen. It's gradual. The occupying opposition in the Yoruba province, now we cannot use that anymore because Tinubu is there. Tinubu is now using every Yoruba against the other people that are known as Nigerians. So that is how far we can go. We do one more refresh. The message is, I've seen Easy Dollar, my brother all the way from Miami. Thank you so much for your donation. You have actually pushed it to 145 with your £10 donation. And you also donated through the the Kofi as well. So we hope that many of you in the Bible program here, I'll be putting it in the comment section. 50,000 people, we hit the £50,000. I am not in Nigeria. Don't help me to convert it to Nigerian currency. I live here, so as far as I'm concerned, it's 50,000 naira I'm raising. If Nigeria was a good country, that should be the equivalent. But because the exchange rate is bad, that is probably why you are working it to Nigeria currency. I don't live in Nigeria, I live in UK. So that is how far we can go tonight. Like I said, if I'm not out tomorrow, which I doubt, but maybe in between, I don't know. I say Happy New Year in advance to every followers, listeners of this very great platform called Koikimedia that have been working back to back to make sure that we can educate and we can enlighten many of you. I know some of you, we are strangers to each other, but don't worry. There will be a day we will see each other and then we will hug each other and we will appreciate each other. Even some of us that we've cursed each other and we abuse each other. I don't have any problem with the APC and the PDP, the Labour Party. As far as I'm concerned, now that we know what we know, it's a waste of time. If Peter Obi likes, let him donate 20 million to people in Plateau State. That will not stop them being evicted from their territory. Peter Obi will never be the president. Tinubu will rig the next election. Peter Obi is wasting his time. He's a British agent. Atiku has probably given up. He's been trying ever since MK Abiola. He will never. They've told Atiku that he would never be the president of Nigeria. He's wasting his time. Dele Momodu don't chop money. Reno don't chop money. Dele Momodu has moved on to the Alake, the video uncle now. He's become the media, whatever. So Atiku lost out. But he's still making money out of Nigeria. Maybe some of you don't know that. And on that note, I wish us a very good morning. If you don't know me before, they call me Koikimedia, not Koikimedia. Koikimedia, a confirmed Yoruba man, the last man standing on the Yoruba nation. If those that are Biafrans are saying they are not serious, don't respond to them. It's a waste of time. We are not running the same page. Let them do what they are doing. We will do what we are doing. At the appropriate time, the Yorubas will react. But let us deliver the message to them first. When the message hit them hard with poverty, they go react. They go overreact. They go be like my boiler with a boy. Pa, 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 pa. Thank you so much. If I didn't mention your name, don't get angry. Mr. Yola Ismaila, Mr. Shegun 3917 on Instagram. I can't see those of you on Twitter, but I know some of you are there. And also DJ Simplicity. Happy New Year. Wherever your hope and your aspiration, don't let anybody tell you you can't get to UK. Get to UK, call me, I will advise you. I don't do visa, but I will guide you, and you will live here as a slave. You will not be able to travel to anywhere. 15 years, I was locked in this country. I saw plane traveling out, I couldn't go out. Keep coming, keep coming. But we can still get back there and do a lot of things, but not in Nigeria. It's a waste of time. We're going to stop the 1 year so that I can play the anthem. So you will have to come out first. Apology to those of you on the Mix LR. We have 2 people there. They haven't commented, but I can spot you there. Thank you so much, and a very good night. So those of you on the Koikimedia will have to come out first so that we can play the anthem and we can end the program. Thank you so much. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo fi tẹ̀lédùmarè mo fi kí gbogbo wa pé a kú àlàjọ ọdún àdẹ̀kú palẹ̀mọ́ ẹ̀. What God cannot do does not exist. Ọba Elédùmarè tó gbé wa débi tá a dé yìí, gbogbo àwọn tó ti kú nínú ọdún yìí k'Ọlọ́run máa foríjì wọn. Àtẹnitàmọ̀ gbogbo ikú gbóná tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, ikú accident tí kò jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ torí pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ títì, gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀jẹ̀ yẹn pátá a máa disturb gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fún ìkà tẹ̀ṣe fún ìran ọmọ Yorùbá títí débi pé ọmọ Yorùbá wá dẹni tó ń tọrọ owó lórí social media. Ó lágbára, ó ràn yàn lá máa sùn. Mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i, mo kí gbogbo wa o. Good night. Isha So we start closing it, but I'll be just playing something behind until I close everything in one, because I'll close in one go. So good night. Good night.